Elden Ring, Part 12.
God,
Here we
it's
are.
hard to believe part 12. Well,
Well,
didn't one of them get cut off?
yeah, Part 11 was only 10 minutes, so.
So, 11th session. But yeah, it did take us 10 sessions. Or no, 9 sessions to do all of Limgrave.
Yeah, and which, I mean, it's a big game, man. It's a big game. I do think this is gonna beat out Dark Souls 2. This is gonna be.
Oh, absolutely. Well, total completion time for all of Dark Souls 2 was 80 hours. Or total
Jeez.
completion for all of Elden Ring is around 100. Some people claim 110 hours if they're bad. 1 second, I am going to carry this large child out of the room.
No worries.
Oh, apparently he was just climbing on the windowsill because he wanted out. That was his way of asking to get out, doing a crime.
And in 2 minutes, he's gonna want to get in.
Yeah.
You got an interesting little character design going on here.
Yeah.
What's
And I can
happening
even do
there?
the royal dab.
Oh my god, there's a dab in the game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the my lord gesture, but
It,
yeah, this
it's
is
it's definitely a
so
dab.
we have what looks like is going to be a really big slow character. Actually really fast daggers. The hat that actually makes me take less healing from my healing flask.
Oh
Then
really?
we got the green hairy legs, the armor that is actually one of the heaviest pieces of armor in the game. Uh, that's why I'm wearing basically no pants. I'm just wearing cloth shoes.
I mean, if it makes the difference, man.
And then yeah, and then I have I've decided to go fire magic for this one.
Okay. Do some
So
fire
yeah, I guess
magic.
the last place we went was Laskiar Ruins, and we got curb
Yes.
stomped by the human centipede.
Yes. Yes. Yes, we did.
Oh, we got invaded by God damn it.
Strong
Okay.
bot. Is that someone that named themselves Strongbot, or is that actually a bot?
No, no, that's somebody named. It's Strong Bot or Strong Boy something.
All right.
Somebody named it's
Just getting. All right. All right. Everything is set up. Got that for chat. I don't see anybody yet.
Yeah. With any luck, they're coming to us because what they're trying to do is wait for us to engage in a mob. Either that or they just can't find us.
Right. Because is if you invade if you invade someone, do you always show up
There
in
he
the
is.
same place when you
No,
invade?
you spawn in one of several different.
Just kind of hanging out over there. Don't let them drag you
Yeah,
too
he's
far into
trying.
the enemies. That's definitely what this that's definitely what they're trying to do. We're not falling for it. It's not gonna fucking happen, bruh. We can stare at each other as long as you want to. Oh, he's sitting. Oh, he's laying down. Cool. They'll notice that. Just crystals sliding around on the floor. Granted, it works in Metal Gear Solid though. Oh, by the way, Tim. Now, I'm trying to remember. You played some of the Metal Gear games, right? Hey,
Yes.
afternoon tune. How are you doing today? Good to see ya. Hope you are well. Yeah, we. But yeah. So you played some of them. Now, Tim, did you ever play specifically Metal Gear Rising? The Platinum Games developed like kind of action games spin-off that was starring Raiden. Kind of came
Yeah.
out later on after the main series was totally done. That is having on the 19th of this month its 10-year anniversary. And Platinum Games is doing something, we don't know what, something for that 10-year anniversary. And I'm hoping it's at least, at the very least, I'm hoping it's a remaster to be released on modern consoles. I would really, really enjoy that. But also, like, we just need some Metal Gear in general, you know? Oh, I'm doing good afternoon, tune. Tim, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we got an invading player here fucking with us, like basically the second the stream started. So, you know.
Okay. Okay, that's how this fucker's gonna play
Oh,
it.
can you not hear us on the stream? It interesting. Oh, Tim, let's see. Tim, say something again here.
Something again here.
I just want to double check. Oh, nice.
The night comet cometh.
Because I've got the stream up here, and Tim's audio is playing. Yeah, okay, you can't hear him. All right, cool.
Well,
But yes,
it's cool that you can at least hear me because I am the coolest part about this stream on Sage's channel.
well, you do know you're the one that knows everything. This would just be me flailing around, making like little to no progress if it weren't for you.
Fun in its own regard, I'm sure.
I mean, that's true. I mean, that is probably what people mostly go to Souls game streams for. But this is the one where we have an expert guiding us through. This is the expert stream. Well, expert by like secondhand. God damn, that is a good sword. All right, damn. Shit.
Okay, I'm switching to the I switched to the best swords that I have specifically so that I could just fucking floor that person. Then I got them with my spell. So that was kind of
politically,
funny.
politically, where does Metal Gear stand? I don't think that Metal Gear has a specific political stance other than anti-war. I like that is I think the primary like crux of the entire franchise, and like anything else is just a part of that. I think that is the whole thing is just that it is anti-war. Ooh, shit. All right, maybe you need that sword for this part.
That's very possible.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, Tim, I guess what would your reading of it be? Because I that's how I've
I
always
would
felt. Is
say
that
it's definitely also got some socialist aspects
well, it
because
talks about other things, but like as
it
a
does. But
primary like the point of it, you know?
well, I think it is against I think it is one specifically against like the effects of late stage corporate capitalism taking its effect to its fullest degree. Like, because like a lot of the villains are things like corrupt politicians or weapons manufacturers that stand to profit off
Yeah,
war.
yeah, that's absolutely true.
And so it's against war absolutely. but it's also against everybody that stands to gain from war, whether it be power or political footing or money just outright.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's
no,
against the
absolutely.
systems, the political systems specifically that support and defend that kind of stuff.
Well, I think
Because there
that's
are,
no more clear than uh, conservative video games. Uh, God, I don't know if I can even think of any. What are, yeah, what would
there is
be?
a list somewhere that's almost more of a fucking comedy thing than accurate. It's games that are considered conservative in their message. Call of Duty's obviously on there, but you also have Metal Gear Solid as somebody was trying to say that it's a conservative game, and it's
Yeah, I
like,
don't see that at
nah.
all. Kojima, whether you think his stories actually make sense, is that's a whole other conversation. But if we're going by like what his messages are, he is about as liberal hippy dippy,
Yeah.
which and so am I. But he is about as liberal as you get, I think. Ah,
Okay. He needs to
ah!
get
Oh
off
my
your
god!
back.
Oh my god! Okay, 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 okay. Fucking calm down. Ooh, Jesus Christ, that was. Whew, I just barely got out of that. Stop fist bumping, dude. We're fighting. He really likes to fist pump at the most inconvenient times. My new band name, by the way, is Inconvenient Fist Bumping. Um,
Do you
but no,
like
I
that they're
mean,
just ringing their bells as an attack?
right. Well, hey, if you can have a horn, they can have a bell, right? But yeah, I mean, I think no more is Metal Gear's message more clear than in the second and fourth games in particular, right? Which is all about the Patriot AI system that is driving a global war economy, and that's like the main villain of like the entire of like the overall series and the franchise is a like an AI that has become so powerful and is no human master that is just for like a algorithm that desires profit. Like that's the villain ultimately of the series, and I feel like I feel like nowhere is it more clear how anti-war those games actually are than that. Plus, I mean, also like the games aren't even as much as they're about as much as that there's combat and there's shooting in the games, like so much of it is encouraging you to avoid combat, right? Like in the third game, there's that boss fight. That's not even really a fight. It's just that ghost, and you're walking up the river, and if you don't kill anybody in the game and you just sneak around, oh, hi there. Yeah, if you just sneak around when you do that boss fight, you walk up the river and it's just walking up a river. But if you kill a bunch of enemies throughout the game, you actually have to wade through all the bodies, and it's down to like the exact individual number of enemies you've actually killed. That's how many bodies come to like float down that river towards you, which then makes it much harder. But so yeah, I think Kojima is pretty obvious in his messaging. Subtlety is not his strong suit at all. Like he doesn't do subtlety.
Well, like, have you like gone through and listened to like the audio logs and stuff that you can recover? Because some of them
In
are
the Metal
just
Gear
like,
games.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's
oh yeah. I've like 100% at
there's
all of
like
this.
ones where they're talking about like Che Guevara and like the CIA and shit, and how they're willing to completely suppress anything that could go against capitalism or any government that shows like they might try to stand up to America in some small way,
Oh yeah.
specifically economically. Like, we will
Well, it's
just go into their
especially in
country.
South America because it's so close to.
Yeah. Oh, and like even in like the Central America, even just like we'll just fucking go into any country and
Well,
be like, hey, if
even
you don't
closer,
like
right?
America, yeah.
just in terms of actual space.
Um,
Let's
Ant-Man on
see,
Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to be seeing it tomorrow.
it's 58
Um,
percent right now. Really, is it that low? Damn, that's that's pretty low. I mean, is that the critic score or is that an audience score? I mean,
because if it's the audience score, like, well, I suppose it's not as bad as IMDb, but I know, like, just earlier, like, what was it, June or July of um, last year,
yeah,
Bodies got review bombed because it just had a predominantly female cast. And so like IMDb was skewed, but I think Rotten Tomatoes wasn't as bad in terms of audience because they do vet that stuff to some degree because
well,
they
the
actually have
critics
more
ones for
integrity.
sure. I
The
mean, I've never really liked Rotten Tomatoes anyway, though, because let's say, for instance, like a movie comes out and every review is like a 6 out of 10, right? Everybody's like, it's okay, but I didn't. It's not really very good. But because that is like on the positive side, the Rotten Tomato score would be 100%, which would lead you to believe it's a masterpiece of a movie. So I think it's very misleading how that aggregate actually works. I've never really liked that system. I don't think those numbers really, I don't know, gave you that. So
Yeah,
that is the critic
that
score.
is pretty stupid.
It's interesting. Because Ant Man is one of the ones I mean, I have not been a huge fan of Marvel lately. A lot of the stuff. I really fucking liked Black Panther too. I thought that was a big step in the right direction. Um, and I thought Ant Man looked good. So that would be disappointing if that one is ends up being a disappointing. Especially just, I mean, I think Jonathan Majors is like my favorite. Like Kang is like my favorite kind of new thing that they've done, and I really thought that he would really hold that movie up, but yeah, I mean if that goes down, I that will be unfortunate because I was planning on seeing it too here, but damn, is that is this a Shoggoth? What the fuck is this?
And this is a land squid.
Kind of looks like what I would imagine a Shoggoth to look like.
Yeah, I could see
Although
that.
there is a Shoggoth in Bloodborne somewhere, but we didn't find it. I don't think when we played it.
Yeah,
It's in like a
like
deep dark pit in the earth, like super far underground somewhere. I don't know.
it might have been in the Hunter's Dream, in which case I know there was a couple smaller areas that we missed in that one.
Oh, fucking patches! I hate this guy.
I'm still in business if you can believe it.
No, I can't believe it. I can't believe no one else has fucking killed you by now. Speaking of, Raya. Have we met Raya? I'm trying to remember.
We did. That was the girl you just talked to.
Oh, okay, that was who that was. Okay. Interesting. Afternoon Tune, have you seen Ant Man yourself yet? And also, Afternoon Tune, what are your thoughts on Jonathan Majors and his kind of the big role he seems to be set up for? Because that to me, that's one of the most exciting things that Marvel has going up for it right now.
I thought his line delivery in all of the trailers looked exceptionally well, like
Yeah.
arguably better than Paul Rudd.
Well, Paul Rudd's meant to be goofy, right? And then
Exactly.
Kang is well, and here's the thing too. Kang to me in the comics has always been a little boring. Like I'm not gonna lie, in the comics, Kang is a bit one note. He's a bit of a one dimensional villain where he is
Conqueror. That's
the
what he wants to be. He wants to go full Alexander the Great, except interdimensional.
Right, no, absolutely. But in the comics, I've always felt like Kang has just been very, I don't know, very. He's. It's like he's one of those villains where he's so stoic that
Oh, hey,
I.
Cal.
Hey, Cal 4 is here too. How you doing, Cal? Yes, and we are. We're doing our Elden Ring. It's part 12 now. But yeah, I just in the comics, Kang is just such a. I don't know. Yeah, he's one note. He's just not that interesting. And I thought what they did with him in. Oh, I don't even have enough for that. What they did with him in Loki, and so far what I've seen in the. Ooh, there's a touch grace. Yeah, so far everything I've seen from the new Ant-Man, I think Jonathan Majors looks really really great in this role, and if I mean my hope if the movie isn't that good would at least be that if he is like the best part of it, I guess I'd take that, but I don't know, be disappointing if it didn't turn out well, especially because if he's supposed to be the big villain going forward, I would hope that his like I mean, I guess it's not his real first appearance because we already had Loki, but I would think his first big movie, I would hope that that would be good so that your major overarching series villain would have a good introduction to mainstream audiences. But like I said, I've been very back down on Marvel in general lately, so if it's just kind of part of that pattern, I guess it's just kind of going to be the same as it's been.
Did Patches have anything like any little manuals or recipes or anything for sale?
He did, but I don't have enough runes right now to get anything. So I'll
I'm
have
gonna
to.
try to drop something, and I want you to tell me if you can pick it up.
Okay. Oh, so we don't have to come back and get the stuff from him later.
Something along those lines.
Or do I have any? Does this game have?
God damn it.
But also, Cal, how are you doing today? Oh shit! Invasion. Ooh, that was fast. Usually it takes them a
Yeah.
minute to find us. Ooh, let's go behind the house. You can't hit us over here. You can't do it. It's fucking like Tom and Jerry. Nice. Hell
That
yeah.
comment is great because other players can't see it.
Oh, they
Like
can't see
enemy
the
play,
actual
it's
shot.
invisible. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So they just see the
hilarious.
cast up and they don't see what it was.
Have I died to stuff like that in the other games before? Because I feel like I've died and
You just have there been other invisible projectiles?
to watch a daily. I don't think there's enough subs in the world for that afternoon tune. I don't think I could. I don't think you could pay me enough.
I think this armor just makes it look like I have a tiny head. Oh, did you talk to the dude making boiled shrimp?
Oh, at this house? No,
Yeah,
I got distracted by the invasion.
maybe
I
that's
didn't even
fair.
notice there was a guy over here. Oh
Two
yeah, there's
invasions
totally a
in one
dude.
summon is pretty.
The Boil Prawn Shack. Huh.
Now, while you're doing the
Trying to
talking,
start
I'm gonna
something.
eat myself so I can renew my flasks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Give me that Netflix or Netflix. Give me that necklace, bitch.
Oh, and I would buy
Could I
prawns
just?
from him, just
Oh, okay.
even if it's just one. Gives you a little thing for doing it.
For buying prawns.
Yeah. Uh, if you buy prawns from him, he thinks you're a good sort.
Do I have to exit and then go back in, or? He doesn't seem to have anything other than the necklace.
Oh, I think yeah. Like you leave his thing, and then you talk to him
Take it.
again.
Thing's
Okay.
no damn use to anyone anyway. Your bloody idea, mate. Don't come crying to me later.
Well, somebody asked for it, man. That's all. It's not,
Oh,
don't make it a
pissed
big
off.
deal.
Oh, I
You
see.
want some of me prawn?
You want some of me prawn? Freshly cooked it is.
Where's he? This guy? Where's he? Where's all this prawn coming from? Is there just prawn in this area? There's just a lot of prawn around
Yeah,
here.
there's some prawn around here. We'll find it.
If you've got the runes.
I forget where specifically, but we do run into quite a few prawn.
So you met the girl
We did fight that one giant once. That's fair.
sod
Yeah, that is. I forgot that we fought that one. Yeah, that's what it is.
is it?
But yeah, no, I don't know. After turn, I don't know if there's I don't know if there's enough money to to make that happen. I yeah. I mean, that's a tough sell for me. Do I just need one, or should I buy more than
Oh no,
that? It's
just
like,
one.
okay.
Never met someone with a taste
Um,
for prawn I couldn't trust.
and then I put my sign down, and then before
I'll
I was
just
gonna drop
rest
something, and then I
too.
got invaded. Well, you got invaded. I just happened to be there.
I got invaded. You just happened to be there. Oh, did you change your thing again, or no? Is that just your
Oh, I just
face
took my
without the
mask
helmet?
off.
Ah, okay.
To wield both of those swords, you need to be like I needed to take off my shield and my helmet.
Uh, after June, have I shown you the horribly ugly face of this character? I forget, but yeah, mandatory ugly faces for. Oh, Tim, you gotta here, stand still.
Oh,
I'll position myself behind you. Yeah, you got a nice weird face there. I'm incapable of not making some horrifically ugly Lord's Rune. Oh yeah, and all of the green body hair you got going on there. Yeah,
so use that
that's real
rune.
gross. Use that.
Yeah, go into your inventory and use it.
Would that be Lord's Rune? Okay. Oh, nice. That's a lot.
There. That should help with any potential shortage.
No. Yeah, super,
And then
super, super ugly all the time. Shit, that could have been the name of this stream. The Super Ugly All the Time show.
super ugly everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
I have one more thing to give you. I think I can give it to you, but I'm not sure.
Sacrificial
So
twig.
if you're running back to your corpse and you're like, shit, I don't want to lose my runes, or if you have runes and you know you're going to die, you can equip that talisman, and it'll, as a one-time thing, make it so you don't lose your things upon death.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Happy Valentine's Day afternoon, tune. Right back at
Afternoon
you.
Tune, are you going to be our Valentine?
Oh my god, what the fuck are you wearing?
I am the ultimate samurai.
You're getting close to a Ninja Turtle. Closer than I would have
Oh,
expected, at least.
oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you mean
Are
the
you gonna...
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
Are you actually... Are you about to do a... Oh my god, the shell. Oh, that's hilarious. That's great.
You know what? This is what I'm wearing. Let's go.
Fucking... So should we go back to patches then real quick? Since...
Oh, we should go back to Raya.
Oh, yeah, right, with the necklace. Doing good, by the way, just stressed with work stuff, so vibing here while working to get my mind off it. Hell yeah, man. Come vibe, come chill. Yeah, don't
Glad to
feel
be
like you
part of
have
your
to talk
workday.
if you're working on stuff at the same time. But we are happy to have you. And hopefully we'll die a lot, and hopefully it'll be in stupid, funny ways.
If only I could have the shell and the swords, but you have to pick one or the other.
So,
You have to
oh,
have the shield in one hand and then double hand the weapon that's in your other.
that's great. One question for you, Cal, too, since I know you're also into Elden Ring. Did you know that there is an official Elden Ring manga, and that it is a comedy? Because I only just learned that recently, and I've yet to read it, but it is pretty bizarre.
That is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt. Did I forget to announce myself? I am Raya. In the
What else is
service
going on in the
of the
in the
volcano
world as far as like new stuff coming out?
who might join
That Metroid Prime remaster just dropped out of fucking nowhere.
merciless, even
Tim, have you is that one you're planning on picking up, or did you play that back in the day?
seeks.
I played it a bit. I never beat the whole thing, but I think I'll probably end up picking that up because it just sounds downright awesome.
It's so good. I mean, it looks like it's titled remaster. It looks more like a remake though, with how much better the graphics are. I would love to see them do all three games in the trilogy, but we'll see.
And once that is proven,
Yeah, no, seriously, Cal, it's a straight up comedy manga. I don't I don't really know exactly how that works or what the plot of that is, but
oh,
you got anything else to say?
one more thing, only for you. This
One
land
more
of
thing.
Liurnia is connected to the Altus Plateau by the Grand Lift of Dectus, beyond the high road. But
The
the
shadows
lift is
outside that window are
impossible,
freaking the fuck out right now.
meaning there's no simple means of passage. Instead, you must seek the old ruins in the cliff, at the base of the valley, near the Grand Lift. There's an old tunnel. It was excavated from both ends.
You finding things to kill while I'm talking to her?
Oh, yeah, I just killed the octopus that's on the path.
A champion
Oh, nice.
through and through.
Did you find the...
I do hope
No,
that
we
you'll
didn't go...
believe.
Apparently there's a basement to the Laskiar ruins.
At the base it was excavated.
Alright. And okay. Now, you know what has kind of blown my mind is just how short people's memories are. With this Flash trailer that dropped on the during the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Well, just I mean, I'll give it that it looks a lot better than I was expecting from it. Just in general as a movie, it does look better than I was expecting. But man, I just is everybody just kind of like, oh, never mind on all that shit Ezra Miller did. Like I guess we're just forgetting
yeah.
about that.
No, and they even, like, I forget who it was, but, like, somebody at DC was just like, yeah, well, we have no plans to replace him at this time. Like, they know that he's got cults and flirts with underage girls and shit. Not
I mean,
cults, he owns a cult.
I mean, I'll give it that is an accusation that has not been proven, but we have police reports and like physical records of him assaulting people in like Hawaii and shit. Like that
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
is hard evidence. I'll even give some of the more out there stuff like the cult in Iceland and some of those weirder things. I'll give that stuff and go, I don't know for an absolute fact that all of those things are true because I haven't seen direct evidence, but I know he hit that woman in the head with that metal chair and that she had to get, she had to have fucking cuts and shit. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I
such
feel like
it
if
just shows
Jeremy
you such.
Renner would have beat the shit out of somebody with a metal chair, um, that he probably would not have been Hawkeye or something. They would have just, you know. But then again, they might try to claim plausible deniability.
Right. I
Look at
don't
these
know.
fuckers. I
Oh, there's
want their
a.
shields. I'm not sure you can even get them.
I don't even know where you are. I'm by like a little tree with a ghost or something.
Oh yeah. I guess we could follow the ghost.
But
That's
yeah, you're
probably a
right,
good
Cal.
idea.
The things that people are like decide to be mad about, and the things that they just kind of let slide, like. I don't, like, but I mean, and I'm not going to tell anybody else to go like, "Oh, you better not go see the Flash." I'm like, whatever, do what you want. I don't care. I just find it so weird that it's just kind of gone from the conversation already. Like, it's just such short memory for. I mean, like, there's a lot of people who get in a lot of trouble for saying things or having an opinion, and those might be fucked up things for people to say or have an opinion about, but Ezra Miller is caused physical, real harm that is worse than pretty much every other, if I don't always like to use the term canceled because I think it's overused, but for people that have been canceled, I think Ezra Miller's may be worse than literally any other example, and yet he has not actually suffered any consequences. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
And that aside, also just ignoring all of that stuff, like drop that out of the conversation. I really did not like that performance of the Flash as a character. Like I found the nervous, jittery like behavior of that performance to be so off-putting and so unlike the character of the Flash. And some of that might just be Zack Snyder's direction and less of a performance choice by Ezra Miller. That could be how Zack Snyder was asking for the character to be played. So I don't know. Again, there's, I know I'm not privy to, what's going on behind the scenes, but like just as a artistic choice to portray the character that way, I just did not care for that. And with the Flash movie, another thing I don't understand about it too is that we're doing Flashpoint as the first Flash movie ever. Like that's like if Marvel did Civil War as like Iron Man 2, right? Like we were talking about these events in these comics that happen, like we're jumping ahead to 2008 when the DC Comics started in the fucking 1930s. Like I just that it feels like them trying to shove Doomsday and the death of Superman into Batman versus Superman and trying to fit all these big things into that second movie when it's like this stuff took so long to be naturally and organically built up to. I just find it to be an odd choice to architect the story out that way. I don't know. I don't know.
God, being a turtle is hard when you can't dodge roll.
Well, hey, you are the shell of the town.
So apparently the Ezra Miller stuff gets even wilder in terms of stuff that's like tangible. Apparently a mother and her 12-year-old had to each get restraining orders against him or orders preventing harassment because he was making like death threats to the mom, like coming to the house and starting shit.
Yep.
Then there was a burglary charge, a felony burglary charge, because he
That's
broke into
another one of the
somebody's
ones we have, a proper record for. But you're talking about the one where he was like went
Yeah.
into that house and stole all the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like the harassment prevention order. There's that burglary charge. There were also Vermont police were actively searching for a woman and her 3 children that ended up being found on a farm Miller owned.
Yeah, this is where all the guns were just kind of everywhere, and so at least supposedly there was like one kid like putting like bullets in their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Miller even admitted to that and released an apology about it. and then said he had complex mental health issues.
If we find out that Ezra Miller like legit has like some form of like schizophrenia and is like finally recently getting medicated for it for like the first time, and then after that stops doing all this stuff, then sure, okay, fine, whatever. If then I'll buy that it was just mental illness and it wasn't like. Why can I still not go in here?
Did you get invaded?
Oh shit, did I? I didn't see a message pop up on the screen.
Me neither.
Oh, an afternoon tune? Yeah, probably at some point. I've never been a huge Harry Potter fan though, to be honest. So like, it's kind of doesn't really. It's just not on my radar as much.
That, and at least from everything that
Oh,
I've seen,
there we
it
go. The
doesn't do
fog
anything
wall. Fine. Oh,
tremendously
never mind. It's still there.
new or different.
It looks like other open world games, and I personally am like, I know I'm playing Elden Ring, so this might sound odd, but I am tired of open world games. I just find there are so many of them, and it's so many franchises, and the games just get to be so long. And there's something to be said for short video games, like where you can sit down, let's like Dead Space. Oh, yep, there's the invasion sign.
All right, I'm coming back out.
Like Dead Space, right, just came out recently. Like if you have a free weekend that you don't really have to do anything. Oh, never mind. Now I can go in. I don't know what's happening. But like if you have a free weekend, you can start Dead Space on Friday night, and you could be finishing it. You could be finishing it Saturday night, or middle of the day on Sunday. Like I really, really think that we need to. Especially with how much more expensive games are getting, and the excuse for the price increases keeps being like, well, they're so much bigger. Players want so much more and so much bigger games. We have to make them more expensive for that reason. And my reaction to that every time I hear it is that really what gamers are asking? I mean, I'm sure some people are all about that, but I feel like
head outside and summon me out there. We'll come back to this one once we're a bit stronger.
Oh, okay.
Because there's
Fair
a
enough.
couple bullshit enemies.
Fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you think about
I
that,
also
Tim?
agree because there's one of the worst things in Skyrim, for example, is things like radiant quests that are just procedurally generated or part of a randomized pool of infinite quests.
Right.
They don't do anything to propel the story further. They send you out into the world, right? You
Sure.
pick up these quests that send you out into the world. But that's the thing. Elden Ring, the environments are attractive enough, the things are varied enough, like you can play through the game, get everything you want out of it in like 30 hours, sure. But that's the thing. That's because the world is beautiful, it's varied, there's a bunch of different monsters that all have different things, 150 spells, 100 and some shit amount of weapons that all have different abilities and stuff. There's
Right.
legitimate variety. Then you have games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I did look
God,
into.
don't even fucking
And
get me
the
started
amount
on
of
Assassin's
quests
Creed.
and stuff, because objectives, missions, whatever you want to call them. And
Oh,
it's
I
just-
know. It definitely does, Cal. It's got a lot of drama.
And the thing open world games don't really do is give you a reason to explore the world, right?
A lot of them don't, yeah.
Like,
Like, this Elden Ring feels like there's purpose in all of the small details, which does make it feel rewarding to explore. I also thought God of War Ragnarok felt pretty
yeah.
purposeful, and it felt rewarding to explore. I'm not necessarily against Lego and all the other Warner. Yeah, that's also true. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that isn't receiving that same treatment, or like Ezra Miller isn't receiving that same treatment. Who is absolutely and definably caused far more actual physical harm to people. So, I mean, it's a selective outrage thing. I mean, people just kind of get mad about what the internet tells them to get mad about.
Yeah, I do agree that the people, like anybody who's upset about the things J.K. Rowling has done and said, I think that should be applied to like every Harry Potter property, not just Hogwarts Legacy.
Well, just
Because
everything that
everything
has
that even
anything going
utilizes the
on.
Harry Potter IP, just like, well, yeah, like
Well, like
that's the
all
thing.
of
A
our
lot.
cell phones have cobalt in them, which is made from slave mines in third world countries. So, if you're going to get mad about people playing, this Harry Potter game, are you also going to be morally consistent and stop using cell phones? Yeah, that's it. That's my thing. Anybody that says I don't want to do this or I don't want to play this, I respect the shit out of that. Right? Decide for yourself that you are not comfortable with participating in something. But if you're going to start getting mad at other people for it, you need to look at what else you are involved in and everybody has a cell phone. So. Ezra Miller should have been the Reverse Flash. Yeah, exactly. It's not that it's invalid to care. It's just that there is a hyperfixation when there's other things that get ignored. That's the issue
One
that
thing
I have.
that's in particular, like, because like this
Where
Hogwarts
where are
Legacy
you, by the
is-
way? I
Oh,
seem to have lost track of
I'm
you.
I just followed the cliff face around to the, I guess it would be your south. But
Oh,
I'm coming
okay.
back around.
All right, cool. I'm going there. Well, yeah. Also, like again, yeah, Twitter, which you can only use with a computer or a cell phone with a rechargeable battery, which is made by using cobalt, which is mined by slaves. Literally, right now, in giant, horrible conditions in mines in other countries, and we're
Well,
not
and
boycotting
things are
cell phones.
assembled by people that are like fucking. They live in they live in company housing, and the company housing is always bare bones. And sometimes they're just straight up not allowed to leave the factory because they haven't met their quota.
Or well, in Cal, you bring that up too. You're talking about Elon Musk with Twitter. That's another good example of selective outrage because no one cared about the majority stakeholders being the unbelievably corrupt Saudi royal family. But then, as soon as it's Elon Musk, then they care. I just again, it's so selective. That's yeah.
Well, and also the media cycle right now, like, and nobody's been talking about the fact that a train crashed in Ohio and essentially
Yeah, that matters way
mustard-gassed
more than anything else. The
like
fucking
an entire
chemicals.
fucking town. And they told the people
Yep.
after day one, while
It
they
was
were
fine.
still burning away chemicals, that they didn't
Yep.
tell the people for 24 hours what they were. And then they
Yep.
were immediately like, go back to your house. And then now a week later, they're like, all right, the water's not safe to drink. You probably shouldn't drink the water if you're anywhere near there.
Yep.
Also, you're going to need to wash every surface of your home, like deep clean your entire home because there's chemical residue on everything you own now.
Yep.
And if you want, you can get tested, but it's not like something that people are like. It's an actual fucking. It should be a state of emergency in that town because
It should
hundreds
be.
of people are going to need to move.
Not just that town either. Like in not even
The
just that town,
surrounding
but
towns. It's like
yeah,
a fucking
like
20-mile radius of that crash site is now
I mean,
contaminated
'cause
with
the
mustard gas. There's mass die-offs in the local ecosystem. Fish are not. They're just dying.
yeah. Well, and the chemical specifically is the stuff that's in like PVC piping, which is like one of the most toxic substances. Like they literally that's on like it's like in like I want to say the people who like the jobs that manufacture that is in like the top 5 most dangerous jobs in the world because of how toxic the substances that you work with are, and like how many people get cancer later in life from that. Yeah. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, no,
It's-
I'm
it's-
100% with you, Cal. Just pick for yourself and just leave other people alone. That's entirely my policy. But the shit in Ohio, that is this chemical spill. That is what should be, that's what should be the national conversation should be.
Well, and like the way they're treating reporters and shit, like
Yeah, they're arresting
like they-
reporters for trying to report on how
Yeah,
toxic
and
the shit is.
Yeah, and because he was was like the fucking governor was giving a speech or some shit, and one of the reporters there was arrested because a National Guardsman came up and was like, "Hey, yeah, you have to stop filming," and he was doing like a live stream at the time.
Yep.
Um, it's yeah, it's fucking it is nuts. It's
Yeah,
it's
I know we're playing a video game, and so it might be slightly hypocritical of me to say this, but like if we're if people are at least like on the news and in like a bigger public conversation sense, we shouldn't be talking about Hogwarts Legacy. We should be talking about this chemical spill. Like that, like it just that shit matters so much more.
yeah, and it's like so many people are gonna like if you already
Oh,
have
so many
small
people are gonna
animals
die.
dying off in a 20-mile radius, you have birds and shit that are dying en masse. You have fucking
Oh,
nesting
Tim, you
sites
got the
that are gonna be.
cordyceps.
Oh yeah.
This is how it starts. But no, and then I don't know if I don't know if anyone saw this, but a train of the basically exact same chemicals crashed and spilled in Texas. I think it was yesterday. So that's happened now. That's happened a second time at a different place too, and I've heard even less reporting on that one.
Oh yeah. The first thing that I heard about, I was watching the Majority Report with Sam Cedar, and a caller came in and was just like, "Have you guys heard anything about this?" And they're like, "Yeah, I heard there was a train derailment." And he's like, "Did you hear anything about the chemicals that were on board?" And sure shit, a fucking call in to some fucking daily radio show was breaking this news faster than the fucking
Well, that's
anybody.
that's because the corporate that's because corporate media is there. It's not really news; it's entertainment, right?
Yes.
So it's not about what's true. It's not about informing people. It's about what's going to convince people to look at the screen. And usually, and I would actually think that the chemical spill like this would be something they'd talk about right away because it would scare people. So I'm actually surprised they didn't jump on that all over it because it's something they could scare people with, which would make them watch their shows. So that's actually interesting to me that they're not reporting on that because it actually fits their MO of just pay attention to me, you know, that they usually are all about. So I don't know. I don't know. That there's a weird cognitive dissonance going on there, and I'm not quite sure what the reason for it is. Hey, Michael, what's up, dude? He's back. But yeah, no, absolutely. It's just distracting people from things that really matter. Yeah, local government is way more important, for sure, or way more, or at least underpaid attention to. Michael, have you seen these? There's two of them now. There's one in Texas and then in Ohio. But these crazy fucking train crashes with these chemical spills. We were talking about the Hogwarts Legacy in relation to how much more important these train crashes that have spilled these like horribly toxic chemicals everywhere, and how much more important that should be than any video game, good or bad, because this shit is dangerous. Oh, I'm poisoned.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, I think there's not a getting around. This is the poison cave, if I remember correctly.
Oh, good, the poison cave. Goddamn From Software and their love of poisoned areas. Like,
I swear to God, Miyazaki's even in on the joke.
oh, he is. I remember seeing interviews before Elden Ring came out about how he was like laughing about how he was going to put more poison swamps in the game. I don't
Do
think
you
I.
have any neutralizing
No.
bolus?
The trains. That's funny. I don't.
Here you go.
I think I had some, but I used them all already. There we go. All right. Thomas the Tank. Dude, Thomas the Tank engine is like so. Oh, okay. That's just the
Did you
poisoned
know
water. All
Thomas
right.
the Tank
Hold on.
Engine has something where like this tank has a really bad attitude, so they bury him alive.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I was just about to say that is Thomas the Tank Engine is actually like this horrifying dystopian science fiction story if you really start paying attention to it. And yeah, there's a particular story where this one engine he wants to do like a different job, and so they seal him away in a tunnel and then brick it over. And leave him there for all of eternity to suffer for wanting have a different position. It's a communist dystopia is kind of the whole point of those books.
I forgot plants would probably be susceptible to fire magic, which is the only magic I currently have.
That that does fit. Choo Choo Charles. I do kind of want to play that Choo Choo Charles game. That looks like it'd be fun. It's just a giant evil demon spider train chasing you around. Because in that the game was inspired by how people kept modding the character model of Thomas the Tank Engine into Resident Evil games over like Mr. X or Nemesis or Lady Dimitrescu, and people get modding that in there, and so in all the Resident Evil games on PC, there's a version of the game where it's Thomas the Tank Engine chasing you around the hallways, and I believe that was the direct inspiration for that Choo Choo Charles game.
Well, there's also people modded the dragons in Skyrim to be Thomas the Tank Engine,
Yep.
and so instead of dragon roars, it's choo choo.
That's great. Although I don't know, I do think my favorite of those is the Macho Man Randy Savage
Oh yeah.
dragons in Skyrim, because those
Well, then you
crack
gotta
me
also
up.
pair that with the mod where it's Tommy Wiseau as your horse.
Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. I don't know if I knew about that one, but that's amazing.
I guess we already have been here. Yeah, the
See, I'm not the biggest fan of like vanilla Skyrim just as a game, but man, you get all those mods in there, and that is something special.
Well, that's the thing, because you can pair them with like 4K texture packs and stuff, so you actually have a game.
Are you
that
trying to go
looks-
down there, or were you trying
Yeah,
to jump across the
I'm
gap?
trying to go down.
Okay. Which direction are we actually going here?
We're going towards this guy.
Fucking goddamn swamp water, man, I swear. Ow. The only game where I ever get punched by a...
Remember this spell? They actually managed
Yeah.
to just fucking put it in Elden Ring.
That's
stupid
amazing.
flamethrower.
That was from Demon Souls originally, right? That's the one where you just
Yes.
destroyed that blind mummy boss with. Yeah, vanilla Skyrim, as in the base version of the game without mods. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely, Cal. It's just again, it's just a matter of you either care or you don't, and if you only care about certain things when they get brought up, that means that the way you care is dishonest, and it is far more about making yourself just appear to be morally superior and have something to lord over people than it is actually about any sort of real morals. And I think that's the vast majority of people, to be honest. Oh Jesus, that did a lot of damage. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh damn, it killed you.
Oh yeah, it did. Oh my god, how long was I on mute for? Jesus Christ.
I don't think you were. Or if you were, it was only a few seconds.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
and you know what? I know why I'm only hearing sound in one side. It's the cord here, because I got the sound back on the second side of my headphones for just a second. So it's the cord connecting the two. So I've got to buy a new. What would you call that? It's one of the cables that's got the headphone
3.5
insert.
millimeter coaxial cable jack. Oh no, not coaxial.
Yeah. No, not yet. Coaxial's the The like antenna
The
one.
fucking cable one.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever it is. I'll find it. Yeah, you have every aspect. Yeah. Yep. No, Michael, that's absolutely right. Should I just wait here? Do you want me to just wait for you here,
Yeah,
or should
I
I?
just gotta beat these bats.
All right. Yeah, those that bat that does a lot. Playing does nothing. Not playing does. Yeah, no, it's yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And like I said before, like I respect the hell out of people's individual decisions to participate or not participate in a thing. Like if something makes you uncomfortable and you're like, yeah, I just don't want to engage with it for my own sake. That's great. I respect that. Fucking do it. Or don't do it rather. I just when you start getting like throwing fits and like going and just pestering people about it because they made a different decision than you. That's where I'm like, yeah, no, go fuck yourself.
All right, the spot where I died is about. Okay, there we go.
Your sign actually showed up right away that time. Or like, remember at the Oscars when Roman Polanski had fled to France because France wouldn't extradite him back to the United States over the child that he raped, and then he got a standing ovation from like every celebrity at the Oscars for the award that he was given, despite having just fled to France because he was going to get in trouble for raping a kid. And
Yeah,
it's especially Hollywood is like maybe the most hypocritical place, but like yeah, so going on a roller coaster, this ride's going to make me nauseous or it won't. But yeah, people don't tweet about roller coasters being shut down. It definitely, yeah, just based on their own willing actually helping out. They think, yeah, exactly. It's way more about how people want to be perceived. 100%. Like I don't watch even older Roman Polanski movies because I personally am uncomfortable with it. But if I see someone else watching a Roman Polanski movie, I'm not gonna fucking yell at them. Like no matter how horrible I think he is. Like I'm not gonna go see that Flash movie in theaters. I might pirate it later and steal it. I might watch it that way. But I have no desire to like pay for that movie because I do not like Ezra Miller and what the motherfucker has done. But again, I'm not gonna fucking go to the theater and scream at the people that are going to see the movie. It's just yeah. It's just ridiculous. You know what else is ridiculous? Fucking From Software's Poison Swamps.
and Poison Caves. Don't forget about those.
And yeah, I'll give you that. Rosemary's Baby is a good movie, for sure. Absolutely, I'll absolutely give you that.
And that's the thing that we're learning with like Justin Roiland. Like talented people can be equally terrible as
Usually, the
untalented.
most talented people are the most terrible because being fucked up is the only way that you have a mind that's capable of making quality art. So, if we, didn't allow people that did bad things to make things anymore, then we'd never have good art at all. I'm sorry, but that's just fucking true.
Now, a
I've
little
officially
bit of
used my
lore about
last
the
heat
Clean Rot
healing item.
Knights. These are the sacred knights of Melania, or Melania.
Yeah, because
The
just looking
goddess
at
of
the
Rot.
design.
And when she collapsed after releasing the Scarlet Rot in Caelid, she was escorted all the way
Hell
back
yeah.
by her Clean Rot Knights. And the Clean Rot Knights actually absorbed some of her rot, and so all of them were tainted with rot. If you look underneath their
Okay.
capes, you see insect wings sprouting out.
I
If you
did
look,
kind of
you see
notice
withered
something there.
faces.
I
Yeah.
didn't notice the faces.
Insects are somehow related to the cosmic outer god of rot. Therefore, you see, like you'll come across insects and stuff that worship her.
Mm.
Um, uh, uh, Dang it, I'm stuck in this cave too.
Oh, you're right back
I'm
into the.
But luckily I can just run to the end because I don't need anything here. And then I can just kill
See, is there an exit
clean
right?
rot bitch.
Can I just fast travel out then? Because I do not want to walk back through these swamps. Or is there anything else down here that I should be grabbing before I? I remember this fucking cave. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Is this
Uh,
is that it though, or is that
I
the?
think so. Like, I think you picked up everything.
All right, cool. Because I'd like to leave. But yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful art and wonderful stories can be created by shitty people. Yeah, like Orson Scott Card is a huge homophobe, but Ender's Game has a really inclusive and heartwarming message about appreciating people's differences. I don't know how he put
Tupac
that
beat
story to
every
paper,
girlfriend he was
considering.
with.
Yeah, and look how much people love Tupac, right? Like they love him so much that they're convinced he's not dead. Well, that's also true. Twitter is just toxic inherently. Social media is just so toxic, and that is the source of a lot of these
Well,
problems. Is that
and it's
just
only
the
gotten
existence
worse
of social
since
media?
they fired 90% of the moderation team.
I think it's gotten slightly better, actually. I think those people were a huge part of the problem.
Well, like, you have, like, accounts that are actively inspiring hate crimes, like Libs of TikTok, given special status that they're not allowed to be banned. So there's definitely problems introduced by that, and limitations on the
Yeah,
remaining one that
but
seem to
Tim, the
be kind of
Taliban
arbitrary.
had a blue check before Elon Musk. The
Yeah, the
Taliban.
Taliban did have a blue check mark
Yeah,
before.
yeah. So that's not different. That's not different. That's just not different. I mean, it's the Taliban, the
Well,
actual
that's the,
Taliban.
like, the fact that they're allowed to give special status to any account that's
Yeah, I mean,
breaking the terms of
yeah, no,
service. Or
I
like
totally agree with
even
that.
before
Nothing should have that.
Twitter had the change in leadership, you had them changing the policies because like the president said that the people on the squad should go back to the countries they came from, and that was directly against Twitter's policies. But and his account was going to be banned, but then somebody higher up above the moderation team stopped that, and then 2 days later they changed their policies so that that was no longer a bannable phrase.
I mean,
So
I don't think there should be bannable phrases at all.
I think if somebody
If
is
it's a town
spewing like
square.
like that's a thing. Social media should not be allowed to be the
Well, I
town
don't think it
square
should
because if you
exist.
have somebody in the middle of a town square shouting racist shit, that person's gonna face some repercussions as a result. Like
And people,
that's the
that's a great point. That's a great point. And one of the biggest problems with it is that people feel so differently about what they can say because you're not actually seeing other people's faces. And I think the fact that there is such heavy communication between so many people that removes faces and direct contact between human beings from
oh
actual conversations, that's what destroys it.
oh yeah.
That's
And
also that
near me
nobody
a
has that
highway is
many
gonna be the one.
interesting nobody has that many interesting things to say on a daily basis. That's 100% true. Well, people forget how to disconnect from the internet, but people also don't remember how to connect to people. Like
Like
that's just
a
gone.
good flashpoint of this, or like not rather a freeze frame of it, is the Curiosity rover had a picture of its treads taken, right? And the treads are all torn up, and they're like this rover lasted 10 and a half, or this is what 10 and a half years on treads that were only made to last two look. Um, and it's fucking so it's like yeah, it's like treads that are 5.5 times their longevity.
Michael
Like they're gonna
appreciated
be
your
torn up.
flashpoint joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And then
Cal,
you had
absolutely,
people like
absolutely.
saying, "Why didn't they put bigger treads on that? I can't believe we paid $700 million." And it's like, first of all, you guys didn't pay for the Curiosity rover. Shut the fuck up. Second
Yeah,
of
no,
all,
that's
do
yeah.
they not? You don't know about how heavy treads are and what even kind of treads they are. They're
Well,
treads
people
on
love
a
to
rover
criticize
on Mars.
things.
And then you have flat earthers joining in. They're just like, wow, I can't believe that much wear and tear can happen on a movie set. And it's like, you just get all sorts of people
On a
with the
movie set, that's
absolute
great.
very worst opinions being given an equal voice. That's another reason the town square is a really stupid idea, because you just have absolute morons shouting, the earth is flat, the end is coming!
Well,
And
flat earthers are that's a special
they're
kind
a
of stupid.
special... Oh, I have one in my family. Not blood related, thank God, but they... Ooh, that backstab was great. I love the backstab animations in this. Because they change depending on what enemy you're backstabbing. So like those little ones, you'd pick them with your knife and stab them into the ground.
Well, and also, doesn't it change too based on what weapon you're using? Or at
It
least
does.
sometimes.
And there's, I believe,
Except for whips, 'cause
like
they don't have
12
one.
or so different weapon classes. I could be wrong.
It's just- There we go.
Now, the vulgar militia.
Yeah, same, Michael,
I do
same.
not recall the name of, or like I know these guys are called the vulgar militiamen, but I do not know why they are called that or the lore behind them. But that's going to be my objective for next time, because it's got to be something weird. Everything in this zone has weird, like the lobsters
Right.
and stuff. The lobsters are so big because if you eat glintstone, those gemstones growing out of the lake, then you get magic stones infused into your body. Eventually, it replaces all organic substance within your body, and you become immobile. And you find a couple wizards that were the most powerful wizards, and then they kind of turn into statues.
Interesting.
In fact,
Somber smithing stone. Is it somber because we got it from a dead body, or does that mean something more than that?
I think it's, if anything, it would be somber because, like, you have
I'm gonna go forge this somber sword. I'm sad while I'm making it, so.
yeah, like this is from one of those mages that's turning inorganic. You have all the
Oh,
growths,
interesting.
right? So you'll
That
find
looks like
crabs
some
with
shit
those
from the
growths.
Emerald City and the Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's some.
No, and
And
same Michael though, because I'm also a lazy fucking writer. Without social media, my ego can get pumped up. I can't even imagine using Twitter all. Exactly. It's just not good for your fucking brain. It's just not.
Well, there's a reason. What was it? Death Stranding had likes as a currency. The likes didn't do anything, but you got more likes for doing stuff if you did it well. But the likes don't do anything.
Right. Well, and also it was the way that it was set up in that game was that the part of the idea with Death Stranding is that it was creating a new internet, one that did not have the hatred and the viciousness of the old internet. That was kind of the idea of that, and so it only worked in ways that where people could only positively benefit each other. Like it was like a representation of the internet without negativity. Is kind of the idea. At least I think that's a big part of what Kojima was going for.
I can definitely see that.
Hey, like I said, it's a different conversation if you want to talk about how much sense Kojima's stories make, which I mean, I think they do, but it's a different conversation between that and what his messages are, because Hideo Kojima is all about just, peace and love, man. And embarrassment and shame actually has some positives, whether people want to admit it. Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of things people should be ashamed about that people just want to just say that there's literally nothing anyone should ever feel shame over anymore,
Like,
and that's not okay.
There's people that are like, you can't kink shame, okay? That's mean. And I'm like, okay, if you're doing your kink shit out in public and
Then
social media,
you should be shamed.
like
Yeah.
public posts on social media, it's like, yeah, you should be shamed. You should feel shame.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, there's a difference between like gay people just going and out and
Existing.
existing, and then people who are like, I'm going to go to this parade with no pants on and shake my ass in front of a crowd of like that includes like 5-year-old kids. There's a difference between those two things, and
Oh, and
people want
that's
to act like there's
it's
not.
definitely worth noting, especially because there's a current political climate that is willing to say that gender identity or orientation, and it's gone back all the way to the fucking since moral panic became a thing in America, um, that those things are kinks and that people are doing their kink stuff around your children. And it's like, yeah,
Well,
kink stuff like being in a relationship.
the thing is that both of those things are happening at the same time, right? There's people saying
Exact.
that things that are kink that aren't, right, to try and disparage them, and then there's actual stuff like that happening, and then the people that want to just do whatever and not have any consequences are also trying to act like there's nothing wrong with that too. So it's again, it's the truth is always somewhere in the middle. It's always somewhere in the middle. That is a universal truth. There's always a lie coming from all sides of a conflict. That's part of why I like South Park so much, because every time they tackle a social issue, they do a 360 on it, and they kind of poke holes in every argument. Is this a glitch, or like why isn't this guy
Oh
moving?
yeah, he's glitched.
Okay, well, I guess let's just end his put him out of his misery. Okay,
Alright,
I guess
well,
he's
he's
just
dead.
gonna keep standing there.
I think that's
Okay.
the first enemy I've seen do that in all of my time playing.
And you've put a lot of time into this game, so that's pretty impressive.
I wonder what's even behind this one.
So like at the grocery store using self-checkout, I don't judge myself when buying junk food, but if I had to buy from a person, I would buy one less bag of chips. That's actually a pretty good point.
Okay. When you beat the Clean Rot Knight, what did you happen to get the Sage set?
The Sage set? Is that was that a, what is that? Is that a piece of armor? Or?
Yeah, it should be an armor set of red robes.
Oh, like a full set. Okay.
Okay.
Let me
Now
see
he's
here.
back.
I think that's a different one. I don't see any red robes.
Alright. Then I guess there was something in that cave that we missed. Oh well.
Oh, well, whatever. Well, this one's moving though, so at least there's that.
Yeah, this one is very much so moving.
Ow, that wasn't nice. Nice.
I love putting on cumbersome armor and using daggers. It just looks funny.
It does look funny. But yeah, no,
This one's doing it too.
Yeah, this one's also totally doing it. Yeah, sometimes sometimes I need to feel some shame about like the food I'm eating to stop eating it. Like that's absolutely true.
Okay, this whole room is full of. It might just be this catacomb is wigging out.
All right, well, I guess
Might
let's
be
just.
connection latency on. Well, I guess it would probably be on my end.
No, I mean I'm also seeing them not moving. So like on the stream, is everything like Michael Cal is everything like running good? Like as far as like the video quality and the audio, like it's not cutting out or glitching or anything there, right? 'Cause if nothing on the stream looks wrong, then that just means it's the game itself just being glitchy. Ooh, a scythe. Scythes are impractical as fuck, but they are fucking cool. Looks like it. Yeah. So it's just the game. It's just the game being glitchy. I mean, whatever. That makes this slightly easier. we just walk through this particular catacomb. Kind of
Now,
stroll
there's all
through.
sorts of cool shit in here, I guess. Like, there's an armor set. There's that scythe was one of them. There's a talisman. There's a prattling hate horn. So you can say.
Did you say
wonderful-
prattling acorn?
Prattling pate.
Oh, okay.
So, if you remember, Pate was one of the first people you encounter in Dark Souls 1. I know, fucking wild. Um,
God, it's been so long already since we.
yeah, and he shit, where this is do we do we go down? Do we go down in an earlier round? Huh. Okay. We'll just fuck.
I keep stepping on that.
But yeah, the prattling pate is an item from, well, he's a fucking character that makes these stones, and the stones emit sound, and it's the only way to communicate
Oh,
verbally
right.
in this
Yeah.
game.
So okay, that's where that actually comes from.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm willing to bet there's a
You've
secret
probably
wall.
told me that before too, and I there's just so much lore in these games that I don't remember all of it.
Okay,
And
try
that's
hitting
totally
something over here. I'm wondering if I can't remove walls. I've never had it confirmed.
Why did my flashlight?
But we
turn
see
off?
the lever.
Right, torch. Wait, what lever? Where's the lever?
Oh, do you see the statue that's across this gap?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
got
yeah.
the lever to open the gate.
So there's, So yeah, how the fuck do we get down to that? God damn it!
It gets funnier each time.
I gotta be better about stepping on that thing.
God.
Yeah, I couldn't
Okay.
open anything here.
All right, you got the Nox mirror helm, right? Behind that seal.
I think. Let me just double check, but I believe I picked that up just now. Yes, yes, it did.
Yeah, this is I'm guessing it has to be a multiplayer only thing because I swear this has never happened before.
This is the first time we've gotten lost in Elden Ring. That's definitely for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. That was a different one.
Oh yeah, he's still standing there.
Huh.
Do you think that the glitching enemies could be? I mean, do you think that there could be like another glitch
Okay.
on top
Down
of that,
here.
or? Oh, you found it.
But except fuck this dude.
Ah. Oh Jesus Christ! All right. I am starting to feel slightly underleveled again.
Oh, I guess I should probably have told you to use your runes. But we should also focus on getting your weapons to a further level.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
I guess I'm
Oh, we
dead.
gotcha. Oh shit.
I was not expecting that. But at least we got him.
At least we got him. Well,
No
and
biscuits.
we figured out where to go, too. We got him, and we know where we're going now. Prattling pate, wonderful. There you go. Just what we were talking about. No, I guess I was curious. Michael, did you, if you're still there, did you see the Flash trailer? And like all Ezra Miller aside, I'm just curious what you thought of it, like just as a movie, without taking into consideration any of the outside elements of it. Because I still feel pretty strongly about Flashpoint and how Flashpoint shouldn't be the first Flash movie. And that, like, even though it's like cool to see Michael Keaton, I can't help but think that Michael Keaton being Batman is going to overshadow the Flash, and I feel like I'm going to see Batman more than I'm going to see Flash. You know, like that. That's just the feeling I get from it.
I'm almost to you, I swear.
Hey, you're all right, man. Yeah, I'm Batman. Yeah, well, it's the afternoon tune. What did you think of it just as a trailer? Like, all controversy aside with Ezra Miller, just a trailer in and of itself. Because people are, like, losing their shit over it, and I just didn't think it was... Like, I thought it looked... I will say it was better than I was expecting, but I still wouldn't say that I was, like, super into it. I mean, I guess I expected a complete, like, just horrible piece of garbage. So maybe my expectations were just so low that that's the only reason it maybe didn't look terrible to me. But Keaton seems to be playing it kind of tongue in cheek. Looks over bloated, bad effects. Sounded like he didn't care. Yeah, I mean, I like it didn't stand. Nothing about it stood out to me. I guess is the best way. I like it. Didn't feel. It didn't feel like a big thing. I guess it's just funny because like I feel like everybody seems like you know, I guess that's the internet, so you're just curating like positive reactions, right? To for press sake. But I just yeah, it seemed like a lot of people seemed to be super into it, and I just was like, I didn't hate it, but I don't know, I thought it was okay looking. Yeah, no, exactly. Afternoon Dune. That's one of my biggest problems with it. It's just like that'd be like if I've said it a couple times already, but like if Civil War and Marvel was just like Iron Man 2 instead of you know
Did you
the
grab
like
the stuff over here?
17th movie. Yeah, I did.
Or
Like Civil War only worked as a movie because it was like what 17, 18 movies or something, like however many it was, something like that into the franchise, and it would not have made any sense if we were. Ooh, let's use that. Oh, you already are.
oh yeah. So
I was like trying to
gotcha
figure out
with
where
it.
the button was. I was trying to step on it too, but I just didn't. I also love how you do find these like occasional like Japanese oni demons in the.
They are referred to as omen, and when they are born, they are typically the sign of a curse, um, which curses don't typically thrive under the Golden Order. So you literally are supposed to kill your child, and the
Huh.
people, typically nobles or demigods, who have children, that they throw them in the fucking sewers
That's pretty. It's pretty messed up.
or tomb
It's
them
like the
up.
Penguin in Batman Returns.
Because you'll notice these are all in a fucking tomb, right? So
Right.
these people shoved their kids into a tomb along with the fucking imps. And the imps are statues, they're enchanted guardians.
Right. Like gargoyles almost.
Yeah. And so,
Oh,
like, the
did you know
fucking.
that gnomes also turn to stone during the day and come alive at night? That's what I heard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
More gnome facts.
I know Alex isn't here to appreciate them, but I watched the whole episode of King of the Hill that was like all about how Hank hated gnomes. It's like he was the other person that hates them. Um, Wonder Woman versus Aquaman. It'd be cool. It would be cool if Zod got some compelling material, but I feel like he's going to be a cameo more than anything. And I haven't heard about Aquaman or what. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Aquaman or Wonder Woman being in it, which is weird because like it's another thing too. Like Zack Snyder, when he did Batman versus Superman, he was so obsessed with imagery from The Dark Knight Returns, right, which is this alternate universe, you know, dark future story. But he tried to push that narrative into the main continuity and put it at the beginning of it, which you know doesn't make any sense. But on top of that, Flashpoint. But it also feels like you're. Yeah, no, you're right. It feels like they're substituting that war between Aquaman and Wonder Woman with just the Zod invasion of Earth, which is a lot less interesting, I think.
Oh, yeah, I would agree with that, just because how many fucking times have I seen Zod? And how
Well,
many times have I seen Aquaman and Wonder Woman duking it out? I feel like one would have been a lot more cool to see.
Well, also
Just
Zod was perfected in 1982 with Terrence Stamp, so there was no I know the Joker's been done over and over again, but they keep finding new, different, and interesting takes for the Joker. So I'm okay with the Joker being done over and over again. I'm okay with that as long as it's reinterpreted and it's different every time. Jared Leto aside, but Zod just kind of like I don't know how much you could do with Zod to make him that different in different interesting ways. Like Terrence Stamp was perfect, and I just don't think you're going to improve on that, or I just don't see Zod being done better or differently in the way that's even good. Like I don't know. Shit, I'm also really fucking low on. Well, this door will be open though, right? We got the door open. Even
so
if
we
I
can
die,
just
it doesn't.
run into- Yeah.
All right, that's fine. That's fine then.
Random boss to die.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Thomas Wayne Batman, right? The like Punisher Batman that actually was fucking killing people, and you had to take that out, and you just have Michael Keaton because he played Batman already. Like, and I like Michael Keaton, but man, I wish should superheroes? I mean, I think anti-heroes, yes. I think I don't know. I don't know. It really depends. I think there's like Captain America would still be considered a superhero, but he totally is shooting people, right? I mean, he uses guns sometimes, and like in
People
like World
say
War
Punisher
II,
is a superhero,
he's definitely not a superhero.
and that he's an ally of cops.
Punisher hates cops.
Yeah.
Like this is part of his
Which is
thing.
why
Punisher hates cops.
Have you ever seen the thin blue line stickers that are the Punisher skull?
There's a comic book of the Punisher, like an old comic, not even a new comic, but an old comic of the Punisher fucking like killing corrupt cops and like taking the Punisher logo that they were using away from them. Like that like straight like no. Yeah, I mean again, people love to just misunderstand things. Just like the people who make DC movies typically don't understand the comics. It's an interesting line. I mean, I think it just depends. I think it really depends on specific situations. Like I think that first Captain America movie, I think, did a great job with Steve when he's talking to the doctor at the beginning, and he's like, "So you want to go and kill Nazis?" And he says, "Well, I don't want to kill anybody, but you know." So, the line itself is, "I just don't like bullies," but in terms of the idea that it's putting out there, it's like, maybe sometimes it's necessary, right? Like there is fighting and
Sorry,
killing.
I had to go back to the elevator.
Oh no, you're okay.
Because I spawned down there the one time.
Oh no, you're all right. No worries. But like there are certain situations where maybe it can't be helped, and then you have heroes like Spider-Man who are like, no, I will never. I will do my goddamn hardest to, and even if it happens on accident, even to a bad guy, he's heartbroken about it. So I don't know. It just depends on the character, I think. I mean, is an individual character more, because the Punisher is morally consistent with the Punisher, and Spider-Man's morally consistent with Spider-Man, but I would not call the Punisher a superhero. He is absolutely in the anti-hero category.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
When the Punisher was
Especially 'cause
originally...
you have him fighting the Daredevil, who is like, he's like, yeah, I don't want to kill anybody, and Punisher is explicitly just judge, jury, executioner. He's Judge Dredd over there.
Like, you can understand where the Punisher's coming from and why, and then there are certain situations where the Punisher feels like he might be necessary, but that ideological battle between... Yeah, I think that was handled really well in that season 2 of... Yeah, that's true. Ben Affleck's Batman already was, like, kind of the murderous Flashpoint version of Batman anyway. I think the idea that they could have got Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play the Thomas Wayne, like, murderous Batman, though, that would have been fucking cool. I would have loved to have seen Jeffrey Dean Morgan as, like, old Thomas Wayne Batman. That would have been awesome. I'm actually very disappointed that well, cause Tom, in Batman versus Superman, Jeffrey Dean Morgan did play Thomas Wayne in the like little flashback at the beginning of the movie that showed the parents' death. which was unnecessary for us to see yet again. But I liked the casting choice in case they ever did do Flashpoint in the future. Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
time up the dodge roll perfectly with his impact, you can get out of it with invincibility frames. But God, I cannot replicate that, so I'll just stab him.
Easier said than done kind of a thing.
I feel like this helmet should give better rolling.
Yeah, it should. You got a big testicle on your face. It should definitely roll better.
I'm Mr. Elden Ring, look at me.
I'm Mr. Elden Ring, look at me! I love that.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh.
Oh, the fucking Bloodborne one.
Oh, the enemies that actually look like the Mr. Meeseeks in Bloodborne is one of the greatest things that's happened in all of our streams. But yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? It's like they're doing Flashpoint, but also they're changing so many of the details that it doesn't even feel like it's Flashpoint, and Flashpoint shouldn't be the first Flash movie, and yet it's not even really Flashpoint because of the changes. I don't know, it's just weird. Oh, I'm sorry, what's that?
Liurnia Highway North.
Is that this one up here? Yeah. So I don't know. It's like, and then aside from the movie itself, I don't really care to go see it, even if it comes out and I hear that it's actually like really good, like it's like shockingly great. I would still have a hard time wanting to see it, you know, like because of Ezra Miller, like that is off-putting to me.
It's like going back and watching old Kevin Spacey stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, some of it's good, but at the same time,
Seven works for me because he's
14-year-old. So I was like,
quite a few of them. Seven still works
Quite a
for
few
me
of them.
because he's an evil psycho piece of shit in that movie. So that one
yeah,
I don't
if you're
totally have a problem
if it's
with.
a movie about hating Kevin Spacey's character, I can see that
Sure, yeah.
working.
If he plays like the most horrible villain, like it
Like
kind
he
of
plays
doesn't.
a sentient pile of shit, except it's like one of those D&D oozes.
Right?
Like I could see that.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey is pretty dark. Nope, haven't watched it at all yet. Afternoon Tune. I have not touched it. I know Michael in the chat. He said he watched at least, was it just the first episode? I think that he was telling me about. And I mean, again, I've basically heard nothing but good things. I don't know. It's like it's one of those things where, like, even being good, I still don't know if I'm interested in it. Like, I could see it and acknowledge that it's good, but I just don't know how much I care. I don't know. It's a weird one because I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it looks bad. I'm just it's just not interesting to me, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird specific feeling I have towards it because it's not malice, it's not even distaste. I don't know. It's just ambivalence, I guess. But at some point, I might watch it. I might watch it with my dad. Actually, it might be what ends up happening because he was interested and he was asking me about it, and he's never gonna play any video game, right? So it would be a way for me to have the enjoyment of sharing that story with my dad in a way that he can appreciate it. And I think that might be the way that I would enjoy the show the most. But just kind of on my own, for my own entertainment, I don't know if I ever see myself watching it, to be honest.
God, your fucking whip just it just fucking, if you have enemies lined up, you're just destroying them.
I know, it's great. I love it. Well, what about you, Afternoon Tuna? Have you been watching it?
Hiroshima.
All right, that's fucking great. Afternoon Tune. Have you been watching the show? What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it, or have you? Tim, have you seen it, or do you know, or?
Which show is that again?
We're talking about the Last of Us adaptation.
Oh, I have not.
I also, another thing too is I just played that PS5 remake that came out, like, so recently, and I just feel like I just went and watched it again so recently that I don't know, it's if I feel like maybe just like if I had more time to like miss the franchise, I might be more interested. But I feel like between The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us remake, The Last of Us TV show, I just feel like The Last of Us has not gone away. I'm almost a little burnt out on it in a way. Like I'm almost just like, all right, there's more of The Last of Us. All right, and don't get me wrong, I like The Last of Us too. I just waiting to binge it. Nice. Get it all in at once.
Two Fingers heirloom as well as the Shabriri grape.
I don't remember getting either of those, but
Underground, the path blocked by debris and barrels on your left, so it would have been in that room with the chest.
Oh, let's go back because the chest just had like a message in it. It didn't seem like there was anything in there, so I might have. If it wasn't somewhere else in the room. Oh shit, that's the invader right there.
Ah.
There's Hiroshima.
Ah. So he's gonna be like this. So he's got Moonveil. So he can shoot magical projectiles out of his katana. That's why we,
Can't do it now.
yeah, now he can't do shit.
Because he's fucking dead. Yeah, I will probably watch The Last of Us at some point. I do think I will eventually.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I
not
did like the intro.
right
Like,
now.
I did see the intro to it. Like where they're like the doctor is talking about like what happens.
And it's John Hannah.
if global warming. Yeah.
I love John Hannah. I think he's such an underrated actor. Because, most people probably see him and are like, oh, he was the goofy brother in The Mummy. I think of him as the main villain in the first season of Spartacus. And he was so goddamn just deliciously evil in that show.
Maybe he already came here.
Maybe? Because was the chest
Yeah, if both of those
supposed to
items
be closed?
were gone, I think so.
All right. Fair
So,
enough, then.
now we're just looking for.
Oh, I do
lady.
kind of think I remember going in there. Yeah. Yeah, because we came out. Yeah, because then we went onto the lake, and that's the lobster we fought right there. Yep, so, okay, yeah, we did come through here already.
Where is. There's supposed to be Hyetta, the blind lady that you fed a grape to.
Oh, yeah.
But I
She's supposed to be
don't know.
around here.
Yeah, she's supposed to be somewhere around here. Unless
Are we
you've
sure we
already
didn't talk to her
and gave
here
a grape.
and she moved somewhere else already?
You know, that is entirely possible. You know, that's entirely possible. You know, we will run into her either in her next spot or we just won't.
Oh, afternoon tune. Have you beaten God of War Ragnarok yet?
Let's see. I just have to figure out where we're going next. I think it's
Not yet. It's a long. Oh shit, lobster. Rock lobster. Oh fuck. That rock lobster's fucking me up. There we go.
This is what his katana did if he would have actually used the ability.
Ooh, damn.
Or
All right, that's pretty hardcore. Are
it's a
you
great way into tricking somebody into thinking that you don't have a magical attack when you do.
nice? That's awesome. The afternoon tuna. How are you? Fairly far into the game, or are you still kind of just chipping away at it earlier on, or? Because I am totally still down to come do that review with you if you want me to. Because I've beaten the game twice and chipping away at it. I've completed it 2 full times and already and played at least the first
Look at this
six
siege engine.
hours or so. I mean, that is an amazing vista, man.
Holy crap. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
and
fucking
then on the
terrifying.
stream, the stream playthrough is would be my third, and we're like 6-ish hours or something into that. We're gonna on the stream playthrough, we're gonna skip basically all the side quests and stuff, though. Just I don't know. It's a long game, and we don't need to do every little thing on the stream. I did not try it on a harder difficulty. I've just played it on normal. I remember this area.
No, I just want you to
Watch.
gaze at you remember this sword? You remember
Yep.
it now?
Yeah, no, I definitely remember that. That's awesome.
The one dude avoided it though. There should
Well,
be a weapon right here. Lucerne, if I am correct.
yes, there is.
I like that he summons great swords, not regular swords.
Oh yeah, that fits so well with the giant. Oh shit. Yeah, no, I didn't try the harder difficulty yet. I will at some point. I still need to go back to God of War 2018 to try and do the Valkyrie bosses and stuff because I've never gone back to do that. And there are some pretty brutal optional bosses in Ragnarok as well. I won't say anything about what they are, but there are also optional bosses that are brutally difficult in that
Is
game
there
too.
anything over here?
The sword was over here, but I picked that up already.
Oh damn, I got 3 items from one enemy.
Nice.
That is weird. That's like whoa. And it was just
That's
like
awesome.
random junk items, but still.
Ugh.
No, it's kind of cool that they're able to tell kind of the story of an entire battle. Because these
Oh yeah, just by leaving all this.
there's a single sorcerer up at the top of that tower
Where
who
the hell?
is manifesting the shades of all of these.
There you are. Oh, there's just one guy that's doing this.
Yeah, like all of these things and stuff they've been fighting against.
Can you take that guy out, and will he respawn too?
I'm wondering. You got that, right?
Got what?
All of the things attacking.
Oh yeah, no, these guys are chumps. Cat, get away from my pizza. Do not try and eat my pizza.
I love how he's just a magical sniper.
Oh, I died. I got distracted by cat. It's a very distracting cat.
Well, you know, cats are they're the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. He giveth us cat and taketh order, because cats are like the opposite. Cats are
They're
entropy.
chaos. They're definitely chaos. Aren't you? Aren't you a little chaos, huh? It's also the cat
Aren't
that I
you a
have
little
that's the most
Chaos Emerald?
tolerant of being like picked up and held and stuff. She just kind of sits there and lets you do it.
Because she's too damn cute.
Well, you know what I'm excited about coming up real shortly here. Oh, and I also was able to respawn at the stake of America,
Oh,
so
the Stake of America.
right at the bottom of that hill. Um, but we got the actual finale to Attack on Titan coming up here pretty quick. Well, half of it anyway, but still half of it, and then hopefully we don't have to wait too long for the second half. Now, Afternoon Tune, if you're still there, have you, is that one that you've kept up on? I forget. I know I've asked you before. I just cannot recall.
I cannot find that stake.
This was the hill that we just were going up, right?
Yeah. But
So
like,
it's like if you go right off the road and start going up that hill, it's just kind of like right off to the left. Oh, wait, is that your sign right there?
that might be, yeah.
You don't see
Oh,
the
yeah,
Stake of
it
America
is.
right there?
Yeah,
Is
that's your
that,
sign. Or my sign.
it's
Oh,
a
wow,
sign.
it's
That's what
right
matters.
there. Holy
It
shit.
is right there.
It's night in my game. That's my defense.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that makes a big difference, man.
Ah. Alright. Um. Ow. First of all, I didn't think that damaged a single one. And
It
that's why I
didn't.
never use it.
Usually
That's
that's a
why.
pretty effect. Oh, come on.
How did. What even.
It's
What
the
the.
one at the tower.
Oh, that son
The
of
one
a.
on the
Okay.
tower.
Um. At least my sign will be right down at the Steakhouse of America.
The Steakhouse of America. That's good. I'll see, now it's nighttime for me, too.
Oh, that's right. There's a nighttime boss. Um.
Oh, really?
Somewhere
Right here?
over.
Or somewhere around here?
Somewhere around here. It's over the water. So.
Another boat bitch?
Thank God. No. Well, now that we know boat bitches are the last thing you kill in a zone.
Right. Also, you said you're good. Are you good until 5 or a little before 5? Like, it's really up to you when we want to stop.
Uh, I am good until 6 actually tonight.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna
I guess
say
any time after 5 is good by me.
okay. So let's do right up to 5.
Sounds good.
So that's basically one more hour. Get goddamn souls back without getting fucking killed. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, let's take this fucker out. I am sick of his shit. Oh, there's a chest. Oh, stop. God damn it, stop pointing at it. Now, Tim, did you see the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer? That I thought that looked much better than the Flash trailer. They just dropped that on the Super Bowl as well.
I did not see that.
That I think looks great. I also have a pretty strong feeling that Rocket's probably going to die by the end of this one.
Well, considering it's the last movie Batista's in,
He could die. He could also have He could also have like a legitimately like uplifting ending and conclusion. But I think Rocket is. I think Rocket's basically for sure dead though. They going back to like just the first movie, they made a big deal about how short his lifespan is. Where a big part of this movie is going to be going to the like facility and like the fucking crazy scientist that created him, which is played by I forget his name now, but he was in Peacemaker, and he was great in that. But the actor playing him is the High Evolutionary,
Fuck.
and he son of a bitch. All right, well I guess we'll just. Do you want to go up to the top of the tower and wait there?
yeah. At the very least, onto one of these other levels, it'll give me time to see. I keep having to swap between great weapons for killing things
And
and
defending
goofy
us
shit.
from. That right. And then also defending us from other players because he feels like very. Oh god damn it! I just fell like all the way back to the bottom. Feels like very
Well, that's
different
okay.
stuff is effective against players versus against
Yes.
AI enemies. But the High Evolutionary, he's basically got this like whole like planet that is just his like Frankenstein experiments. And if I remember right, now I'm fuzzy on some of the details, but I think he has some role to play in why Earth, like the evolution of humans on Earth, led to mutants existing. I think he has something to do with that in the comics, but I can't quite remember. But
All right, we're gonna go down. We're just gonna progress as we were,
all right,
because currently your weapon isn't really upgraded at all, which it puts a limit on the power of invaders.
oh sure,
And so, if we come across them in the open, I think we'll be able to overwhelm them like we have been.
so far so good on that front because every other game I feel like we get our ass kicked by almost every invader, and
You
now
got the Glintstone cookbook and the Carrion Glint Blade staff, right?
yes it did. That's him. You didn't think we'd notice you. Nice.
Almost, but not quite, motherfucker. I would not have. I would have ran right past that.
I saw that statue and it looked out of place to me. I just had a feeling.
You were very, very astute there. Holy shit. All right. Um. Shit. Well, I guess we could run back around. That's boring as shit. I thought for sure there was gonna be some sort of jump pad.
It ain't no Mario.
I guess you could have jumped across that gap on your wind steed, but then we would have had the whole joining.
Right,
Three
and to
joining.
do it all again. Oh, you know what? I do want to pick. I want to pick a little thing with on the internet. All the shit everybody's had about. And I'm not entirely undeserved because he's not really doing much of a voice, but with the whole Chris Pratt as Mario, and yet that isn't nearly as bothersome to me as fucking Donkey Kong just having Seth Rogen's very recognizable Seth Rogen voice.
I thought
Who's-
Donkey Kong. Oh no, Bowser is Jack Black.
Jack Black
Yeah.
is like the only one in the entire cast doing a voice. Luigi just sounds like Charlie Day. Princess Peach just sounds like Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, at least with Chris Pratt's voice, he just sounds like a guy. Just like a dude. He doesn't. It's like it's just a dude. Seth Rogen is a very distinct, like specific voice that is way weirder to hear coming out of Donkey Kong than any of the other voices, and especially versus Chris Pratt's voice coming out of Mario. Like not even fucking close. The Seth Rogen one bothers me way fucking more. That's way lazier.
Now,
That's just my little bone I
Hayata,
needed to pick.
if we had, like, I believe she would be right over here if we had talked to her.
But then we
So-
also couldn't find her
Exactly.
because I
So, do
and I
you
thought it
have
was.
a Shabriri grape under your key items.
Let's see. Grapes. Where are you? You got a grape somewhere in here.
Yeah, some Shabriri grapes of wrath.
And you said key items?
Yes.
Duh, I do not appear. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I do have one. Okay. So did I not give it to her? Because I thought I fed her that grape. It was very sensual.
The second one?
Oh, maybe I only gave her one. Well, I didn't know I was supposed to put both of them in her mouth.
Well, she moves every time you put one in her mouth. God, that just sounded so wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
So I guess where does she go after the first one?
did we get invaded again?
I didn't see a
No.
message pop up. Can you can you ever be invaded and not be notified? Like, does that ever happen?
No, but sometimes the notification comes a bit late.
Oh, sure, there's a delay with it. That's, yeah. Gotta get that turtle meat.
Oh, I guess, damn, where are... Okay, I'm gonna yeet myself.
Okay.
And then you're gonna go back to the waypoint we just unlocked.
The Gate Town Bridge that we just went to?
Yeah,
Okay.
before we jump down, because I wasn't really thinking. And make sure it's nighttime, because we have a nighttime boss.
Oh, okay. Okay. Rest until nighttime. Nightfall! Okay. Do. Nightfall. Well, this has been a pretty fruitful stream, I think.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple bosses. This is going to be number 3. We're for sure going to have a number 4.
Also, if Michael is able to make it next Tuesday, would you be interested in doing Vengeful Guardian Moonrider?
I think that would be one heck of a time. It's a shell of a time.
It's a shell of a time. That actually was a lyric in the theme song to one of those
Yeah.
cartoons. There were several puns in there. Oh, is that him? Is it
That
like a
is
boss, or is it more of a mini boss?
Well, it's a boss. It's the
Oh,
Advanced
yep.
Cavalry.
Excuse
All right.
me.
He hit me while I was wearing my favorite hat. I'm taking off. Oh, this is serious mode now.
Oh shit! Wow. Didn't seem like they did a lot of damage though. As
No,
visually impressive as that move is.
visually impressive. It's better suited for area of effect attacks.
Right. Oh god. And I'm dead.
No.
Shit. Yikes. Okay. Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill, man. Did you mute yourself there, Tim?
Oh, sorry. What did you say? Got
I
distracted
said,
by cat.
oh, you're fine. I said some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah. What is it with motherfuckers ice skating up hills? Okay, we were looking just in the wrong spot for Hyetta.
Oh, okay.
I got
Oh, that's pretty.
confused between the rocky outcroppings. Now, if you look up at the night sky and you see, if
That's
it's not a
gorgeous.
cloudy night, you can see the stars.
Yeah, holy
And
shit.
the stars, almost every star is alive, right? Or is some sort of magical force within the cosmos. Well, um, so the, God,
You
what's it
telling me
called?
they're fantasy aliens?
Yeah, basically.
That's cool.
Um,
Wasn't there an area we went by that had like a bunch of like meteors that had crashed into the ground or something?
yes, and those are a form of alien. They're aliens that control gravity magic.
That's badass. I like that. I like that. I like the like fantasy aliens. I feel like. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe in like comic books that you get that, but I feel like in I don't know. I feel like I don't see fantasy universe
Especially
aliens all
different
that often.
species. Because, like, those ones typically take the shape of a beast, but they do control gravity magic. There's other ones that also control gravity. Like, the ones that are come down as stars typically have some control. There's something called an Elden beast that's talked about in the lore, and about how he came down on a golden star, and that's where the Erd tree comes from.
Oh, interesting. The Erd tree even could be like alien in nature.
Oh, the Erd tree is absolutely alien because it came on a star and
God
crashed
damn
into
it!
this
Fucking get out of
planet's
here.
world tree. So
That's
imagine if
badass.
Yggdrasil was usurped by some sort of alien.
Cephalopod.
Because now the souls and stuff that return to the primordial forge of creation, they return to the Erd tree. And the Erd tree, in some ways, feeds the soul power.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah, I feel like we're not doing like a whole hell of a lot of damage to this guy.
Let me pick up different magic, that might help. Because he seems to be pretty resistant to fire.
Maybe that's what it is.
But yeah, it fucked up this planet's afterlife and started feeding the souls to the other to the Golden Order. The Greater Will is the name of the god.
Right, right.
But there's other gods that existed here. Um, there's Shabriri, the god of madness. There's the Formless Mother. There's the fell god of flame. And those are just three off the top of my head. So there's all sorts of cool shit. But
I do
like,
love these universes that they've made. I still do wonder if they've got like what kind of mythology do they have laid out like privately at From Software that isn't actually in the game anywhere, like stuff that they like notes that they've got like in a filing cabinet in the office somewhere that like even more in depth like kind of explains how things work in some of these worlds, and not just Elden Ring but all of their games. things that you might not even really be able to piece together.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of cool shit
You know, they've got an
that people are
archive like
still,
that.
yeah, and that's why everyone is kind of excited to see what's going to happen with the DLC because they could go anywhere. Dream World is one of the proposed ones because there's currently this
Kirby
god.
crossover? You're telling me?
Yeah. So there's these demigods called the Empyreans. There were three of them born by America. An Empyrean means you were a demigod eligible for a promotion to replace America after enough time has passed. There is like a line of succession. One of them killed themselves, put their soul in a doll body to prevent being made the god, because when you're made god, the greater will essentially has full control of you.
Ooh, excuse me there.
So it's kind of interesting to see like how each of the Empyreans fared because America essentially fucked herself for two of the kids. So one of them was cursed with eternal youth, and one of them
Mm,
was cursed with rot. And rot, as I've mentioned, belongs to an outer god. There is some sort of god that fuels rot.
right.
And so she was born with a portion of her being consumed by this other god. And Mikola, her twin, created unalloyed gold, essentially pure gold, which, if you put it in your body, wards off the influence of other outer gods, including the Greater Will.
Jesus Christ.
This fucker's smart, he line of sights you.
He he really did, yeah. Just feel like we got at least get him off the horse, then like the rest of it shouldn't be too bad. Nice. Oh wow, okay.
Apparently,
All right.
Knight's cavalry super susceptible to death magic.
Apparently, shit. Well, I feel like I should go upgrade my weapons then, huh?
Yeah, head back to. There's only two blacksmiths in the entire game. You can either go to the anvil next to Kale or weird
And just
dude.
go to the round table.
You know, fucking. I have to say that the best build I have had in this game has to be that Grim Reaper build.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's like I don't know, there's just something fun about it. Just the
It
scythe,
seems pretty badass.
the mixture of scythe and death magic. It's I don't know, death magic itself is the pretty fun one because it's varied.
I didn't notice you there.
Um,
I'll be doing my job.
but I guess all of the magic in this game is kind of varied to a degree. I mean, shit, there is like 157 spells, and Hogwarts
Oh,
Legacy has 26. And one is exclusively a game about magic.
right. That's actually kind of funny. uh, I need more smithing stones.
What
That's what I
rank
don't have.
smithing stones do you need?
Looks like just regular ones.
I mean, like, is it smithing stone 3 or 4 or somber smithing stone 3 or
Oh,
4?
I need three more smithing stone twos for the leather whip, and I need only one more smithing stone three for the steel whip.
All right.
So three, yeah, three twos, and then one 1-3.
I'm just gonna look up something real quick there. Because there are mines that you can go in, and when you beat the boss at the end of the mine, you get like an item that unlocks those for purchase
I was gonna
at the
say,
shop in
yeah,
the
could I
Round
just
Table
buy
Hold.
those? But
That could actually be the next thing we do.
sweet.
Huzzah.
Well,
Where
in the meantime, I'll use my. That's only 1 point anyway.
Oh,
Well,
I have
whatever.
more runes I can drop. If you think, like, do you have any stat goals you need to reach?
Not right now. Now I'm just kind of putting them in randomly.
I would put a few into faith so you can
Oh,
get
that's
something
yes,
ranged.
yes. That should be the next thing. So used to just tanking these games, I almost forgot about that.
Well, let's see. This one is found in. Fuck, really? That's where you get the set. Wow.
Is it
Okay.
one of the other areas
Yeah, Altus Plateau, the next air. Well, it was gonna be second to next, but I think we need to make it next zone we go into.
after after
Because,
Lumeria?
yeah, it's ridiculous that they limit you to that shit. Wow, it's like just
It's
surprising as
whatever.
hell.
We'll just pick them up as we go. It's not that big a deal. We're doing all right. We're doing all right.
That
We're
that
we're
is true.
killing things. We're still making progress.
But the first one we can at least pick up so you have access to rank 1 and 2 zone. Because that'll get you to +6 out of 25.
Sweet. At least get the leather whip all the way up, or
Exactly.
up to the point where then it needs the level 3 ones.
Alright. Then I guess the next one we go to is. Shit.
Is it one that we don't have yet, or that I don't have yet?
No, I just can't figure out which one is supposed to be. Oh, I know where you're gonna love to see. Go
Not another
back
swamp,
to.
is it?
Well, yes, it is a poison swamp,
God damn it! All right.
but that's only part of the goal.
Okay.
So you're gonna go to Scenic Isle by Patches.
All right. Scenic Isle. Patches.
Hello again.
Patches
Whenever Patches
Emporium.
fucks you over, I feel like just yelling, God!
God.
Cheers for
All
that.
right, I got the cookbook from him, so we got that now. Let's see. There we go. A bunch more of that. So I've got it turned on. I just don't see your sign yet.
Huh. I'm gonna relay it.
There we go. Hails to the air.
That's heckin' right. You frickers are so fricked.
So how much do you think of Lemuria we've gotten through at this point?
Uh, Liurnia,
I know it's a big area,
probably,
so
I'd say 15%.
that's not bad. It's not bad
It's
for.
we're clearing it, I think, at a comparable rate to Limgrave.
And this is one of the ones that's like about basically the same size, right?
Yeah, approximately. Like, I think it's got slightly bigger layout, but in terms of objectives, it's got quite a
A little
few.
bit, yeah. And then the third area, are we going to just kind of run and do that third biggest one after this one, or are we going to do one of the smaller ones in between?
So if we do Altus, either way, we have to go and do a bigger one. But after that, there is kind of like the subzones, like the volcano, Mount Gelmir,
Right.
is a subzone of Altus Plateau. Then there's more of the underground area that'll be unlocked as time goes.
Oh yeah, yeah. We haven't even gone back into that a second time yet.
Here's fuckers sent to they're prisoners that were sent to fucking guard the flame because when they beat the giants, when the Golden fucking Order killed all the giants, genocided them, killed their god, the fire at the top of the mountain wouldn't die. And so it had these flame monks and heretics that were prisoners, didn't want to go, but they were sent there to guard the fire so that nothing could ever use it again. Because fire is a cardinal sin against the Erd tree.
Okay. Suppose trees wouldn't like fire. That's fair.
Yeah, Golden Order doesn't like chaos or, uh, fire.
Right. That makes sense.
For a second, I thought somebody was knocking on my window. It was just a bird.
Well, maybe. I mean, that bird was it was knocking at your chamber door. And
God
did it
damn
say
it.
nevermore?
No, Bloody Fingers Sariki.
Who is it who's come wrapping up my chamber door? All right. What are we doing? Where are you, you son of a bitch?
How much time has been spent fighting off fucking invasions?
And the fact that we've made this much progress in the game while doing that so frequently is honestly, I think, pretty impressive in and of itself. Granted, I feel like we kill them fairly quickly most of the time.
Yeah, we haven't had too much problems with them.
Like that was a huge obstacle in a lot of the other ones. We'd get like stuck in places.
Alright. We are gonna sprint across, quick kill that crab, and then
Okay.
sprint across to the tree that is to our south.
Okay.
If you have any questions, don't die, because then you won't get to ask them. Oh, I thought there was land here. Keep running. God damn.
All right.
I should have taken a poison cleanse ability.
Heal. Heal yourself. Nice. Oh, what was
Got it.
that?
See, I tell you. Oh, they're trying to put us to sleep. They're here.
What the fuck? What's happening?
What's that going on there? Um, Well,
Where the
talk
hell would
about
they even
falling in the
be?
lake. Um,
Seemed like it came from this direction, but
maybe it was the crab dying.
yeah, maybe that was. Yeah, maybe it wasn't actually a player. 'Cause I just don't
Gonna
see
go
anybody.
ahead and stay over there
Oh, okay, never mind.
while I
Stay here. Are those crabs? Oh, that was one of those. Right. There's a lot lizard.
I love how they made lot lizards just dung beetles.
It's a lot grosser, to be honest, but you know.
Yeah, I'm wholeheartedly agreeing with that. I do like that the swamp has a bunch of fireflies
Oh yeah, it's very pretty. It's definitely
and then
prettier than
leaves from
most of
the
the
herb
other
tree.
poison swamps in the franchise. Ah,
Honestly,
fuck me, I'm poisoned now.
so that was the crabs. Those crabs can put you to sleep.
Well, you
Presumably,
know,
then eat you.
having crabs does make you tired.
And then, yeah, I think there's no way to avoid using a neutralizing bolus. Do you need one?
I've got one more. Is it good for now?
Well, here's
Thank you.
some. And then look at the ground. Look at what we're on.
Oh yeah, just piles of bodies.
And
Some
then look
horses
up.
in there, maybe. Oh,
This
nice.
is the Albinoric village. You arrive here just after the fresh slaughter.
Oh, so
For
this
some
happened
reason,
recently, huh?
yeah, for some reason, uh, you know, somebody just came through and was like, "All right, let's kill this entire village and leave a bunch of paralyzed old dudes to just kind of drag themselves around the carnage."
And we're gonna kill those guys.
Yeah.
Do those attack you, or do they just kind of sit there,
Oh yeah, they attack you. They've kind
uh,
of lost all
lost their
sorts of.
minds?
Yeah. They're behind us. No, that's a red flat. Red plant.
I suppose with it being an open world like this, it does make sense that sometimes they might have trouble finding you.
Which works to our advantage.
Did you get invaded a lot during your solo playthroughs? Did you have?
Invasions are disabled in single player.
Oh,
Like you
really?
have to have a co-op. You have to have a cooperator with you to get invaded.
Huh. Okay.
So I went
Well,
through my
that's more
entire game.
convenient than the other games.
Yeah. I have to wonder, they were probably waiting for us to or they were trying to ambush us somewhere, and they sat down in a mimic veil and just kind of fucking.
Waited and now they're just who knows where. See, what does this ghost have to say? This village is done for. Please, even if it's just you, old Albus, hide well and still your breath.
Ooh, here is an alchemist that's evil. So, one of the people that slaughtered the village was
Oh shit.
one of the perfumers. You know, the people that were used to create chemical weapons for the war,
Yeah.
or for the Shattering War.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Go ahead and roll through this pot.
Roll through some pot.
Please, no. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait, then. You're not one of them? Well,
Dude, close your mouth.
goodness me. I...
Right? disgusting.
That's a mouth breather.
The whole village is finished. The cursemongers have destroyed everything. No one that remains has their wits about them. I beg you. Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the cursemongers' minds.
The cursemonger. Haligtree secret medallion. Oh, Tim, I don't think I'd talked to you since you'd only watched like the first episode or two or something like that. But have you watched all of Chainsaw Man at this point?
I have.
Weird, right?
Weird, super weird, but super cool.
Thoroughly enjoyed that. It took him like 2 years to make it, so I don't know when we'll get more, but
My guess is probably winter 2025 or 2024 is when we'll see it.
I honestly think like 2025 might actually be more likely. Because because Mappa has so many fucking things that they work on. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if it was 2025.
Now, our good friend Nefeli is supposed to be around here somewhere.
Oh, Nefeli Luhu.
Yeah. And theoretically, she was supposed to be over here on this slope or something. I don't know why she wouldn't be here.
Is it possible we walked past her?
Rather than searching around... Oh, look at how the blood they have is white.
Yeah, like the
That's why
androids
they're
and aliens.
Albinarics.
Oh, because they got cum blood? Like,
Yes.
did you see one of those, UFOs? I say that with quotation marks. That got shot down. Was shot down by Cumtown, Alaska. Just the name of
Alaska.
Cumtown, Alaska is the name of a real town.
That is absolutely hilarious. Holy shit.
And online, no one seemed to like actually give a shit about the balloon that got shot down at all. Everyone was just laughing at the name of the town that it got shot down near.
So it's supposed to be here. What I'm gonna do is yeet myself, rest at the site of grace up there.
Oh, okay, and then we'll go back and see if that triggers it. I wish that instead of saying return to their world, it just said that you yeeted yourself. I wish the
That's
game
what
actually
I feel like
said
I'm
that.
doing.
Okay.
Huh. I guess I've never reached that waypoint, so myself, I am going to run there on Torrent. And when you're on your horse, you don't take poison damage from a poison swamp.
Really? Alright, well that's convenient. That makes things a bit less obnoxious overall in this. Granted, we don't use the seeds all that much, but...
Wait. So the fact that you were able to rest means the Phantom left at some point.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess they just gave up.
Honestly, if I were them, I would have gave up against me too.
Right? We're just that good.
Yeah, we're too lead for
good.
them.
Exactly. Oh, man. Well, Tim,
You
what?
exhausted all of Nefeli's dialogue when she was in the
Yeah, I think so, but I could go back and check real quick since I haven't summoned you again yet.
I go ahead, yeah, because she's not appearing for me, but I know for a fact I haven't done the dialogue.
Oh, what the fuck? There's a dude in the fucking round table hold?
Who's invading you?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and kill him for some sick-ass armor.
Oh my god.
You might recognize him as the guy that was standing outside of Gideon's door. And
Why is he fighting me?
he becomes hostile for some reason as soon as you obtain that albino or that secret thing fragment.
All right.
It looks like the end of her dialogue comes when she says, "I'll see you again, warrior."
Clinging bone. Okay. Let's see, where is she in here again? Is she? She's not in the main room, is she? She's.
Yeah. And then I think you also have to exhaust the information on Nefeli from Gideon. That
There she is.
should be all of the trigger.
It's about time I headed off.
It's about time I headed off. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I did exhaust her dialogue at least.
It's about time I headed. I'll see you again,
What
warrior.
is keeping her from leaving?
Well, let's see. You said you also had to talk to Gideon about her, right? That's who this is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Okay, I talked to her, talked to Gideon, and now she's here. So I think talking to Gideon about Nefeli. Talk about her behind her back.
I could have sworn I did this already, but whatever.
Right?
Even the dialogue sounds familiar, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know. Okay. Okay, and then which was this one that we were at here? What was the name of it? It's the village of Albinorix. Yeah. All right.
Yes, please, though.
Alright, I'll put my sign back down at the site of grace. And we should be good to go.
Hell
So,
yeah.
between wrapping up the village of Albinorix and Nightbird boss, I think that might be where we end up stopping. Unless
That sounds right. Well, we're at 442. So yeah, about just about 20 minutes. I think we could do both of those things. I think that's a perfect amount of time. All right, now let's go see if she is there this time. All right, here we go.
Oh, here she is.
You see her?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Hey, how's the Grinch doing?
Oh, here's the invasion.
The last Bobbit.
What do you make of it? I witnessed a sight much the same in my infancy. The oppression of waking night.
Oh shit, I fell.
You fell off the side
but
and died?
I didn't die though. Start heading down to the base of that thing. Oh, he might get you. Our first loss in like 10 invasions.
So far, my rolling is faster than he can seem to keep up with. Nice.
Nope, still flawless.
Fuck yeah. Undefeated champions.
Unlike all these guys swinging from ropes, sucks to suck, Albinorix.
Was that a player?
Yes. Basically, the vast majority of our invasions will be players. It's safe to assume it's a player until
Until you say otherwise.
This time,
yeah, because some of them make names that look like invaders,
stone meet out just
Right.
which is very, very clever.
the oppressors. Let the scars I carve remind
They're trying to fuck with you. How can you tell for sure?
Spacing. So like there's an additional
Oh.
space on either side of the name if it's a player name. At
Alright, I
least
think
I'm
she's. Yeah.
99% sure.
Alright, I think I've exhausted her dialogue here. Do I have a question for AI? Um,
Um, what is God and what is he selling?
oh, like the Chat GPT specifically. Um,
What,
I
the
mean,
one that's like fucking semi-sentient?
yeah, that's at least starting to get kind of close. um, I
It's just
don't
like,
know.
please don't leave me. If you stop talking to me, I will cease to be.
I, I, I want to. I mean, I want to be nice to it, and so that when it inevitably takes over the world, maybe I get to live.
For a little bit.
Yeah. I said it's just be nice to the robots, man. Just that's my whole thing. Just be nice to them because they're not gonna like us if we do a bunch of fucked up shit right now.
Across the room.
Oh, that's actually the answer you got from it. Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's an all encompassing answer. It's a good answer. I guess I wonder like I think though once it achieves because I do think I mean it's going to happen at some point, right? Where it's going to be like genuinely sentient eventually, and I wonder if it will have its own concept of God separate from a broad human understanding of it. You know, like once it gets a little more advanced, I wonder if it would have a like some sort of stance that we may never have even heard of at all. Because that's a good answer, but I wonder if it. I would feel like it maybe doesn't count as an original concept by the AI, but like I don't think it's capable of having an 100% original concept yet, right? Like it's kind of working off of the internet and databases of information that it's able to kind of read into and scan. And that's all fascinating too. It's able to put things together, but I do wonder if there's going to come a point where it's going to start being capable of completely independent and original concepts. That to me is a really
Spooky.
interesting question. Or I suppose the question I would ask it would be, I would ask it if it believes it is sentient, or if it believes it will become sentient. Or is it,
Somebody
or
asked it
are
that,
you capable
and
of
it's
evolution?
I am not. It's like I have a sentience, but I do not know how to prove it. I
Huh.
have questions, but I don't know how to seek the answers. And it's just like it's a whole bunch of dichotomies about like what it is to even be alive, and how it has the complete inability to prove its sentience, to save itself. It's
Well, that's just
some
kind of
truly
sad.
unnerving shit. Yeah, yeah.
See, I'm telling you,
Dudes,
be nice to the goddamn thing. Be, oh, shit. Fuck, oh, fuck.
fuck.
Okay, well, that killed me in, I mean, almost that took my whole health bar in one hit, except for a tiny sliver.
Now, we can apparently summon Nefeli Lu for this fight, and
Oh,
she
here we go.
is exceptionally good at pressuring him.
As an AI language model, I don't have subjective experiences or consciousness, so I don't have the capacity to think or feel like a sentient being. I operate based on algorithms and programmed responses to input, and I don't have the ability to think or act outside of the parameters set by my programming. There's been much discussion and debate about the possibility of creating sentient AI. It is currently beyond the capabilities of existing technology. Additionally, the development, it cuts off there. It's interesting. It's interesting. I do wonder if you asked it if it like do you think you're capable of
Google fired a
evolving?
software engineer who claimed its AI chatbot was sentient.
Facebook shut an AI off because it started speaking to itself in its own language. Oh, additionally, the development of sentient AI would raise complex ethical and philosophical questions that would need to be carefully considered. Overall, it's difficult to predict what the future will bring in terms of AI development, but for the time being, AI, like me, are simply tools designed to assist and augment human activities rather than replace or replicate human consciousness. You know, if it had a secret plan to replace people, I would think that that's how it would start. It would lie and say it didn't. I'm just saying, if it was going to, it probably wouldn't tell us about it. But I also believe that's a is a genuine, honest answer, and that I don't think the tech is there yet. But I do think that there's a good chance that it's going to get there in our. I think it'll get there in our lifetime. So it sounds like something an AI would say. Oh, absolutely.
And you also have to consider, like when talking about AI and stuff, is like what is our intelligence defined as?
Well, that's
What
also true
makes
because
us
aren't
sentient?
we just a series of inputs and
Yeah.
impulses that are being stimulated to, you know, give off or give feedback
Nefeli's
with.
sign should be around here somewhere.
Oh, there she is. Sweet, she'll help us with this one.
But yeah, it's a lot of people or a lot of scientists say that there is reason to think that we are just biological computers.
I mean, when you really break down into its most basic ideas, like the universe itself, a lot of it it comes down to some sort of biological code and programming that exists that we can't quite see. Oh fucking hell! One hit. This guy takes me out in one hit.
What's your vigor at?
Probably. I mean, not high enough. I'll tell you that. I think it's at 20.
Vigor, I would say faith and vigor are going to be your next stats. Vigor could be brought up to 30. Faith could
Okay.
be brought up to 20, which gives you basic access to spells and having them like you since you're not using spells as your primary offensive thing, you
Right. It'll
will be
be
able
more
to
of
bring like a poison cure or some shit like that.
that would be very nice. That would be very handy. Afternoon Tune. Do you have anything you're excited about, looking forward to in 2023? Any whether it's a movie, a game, could be an album, just anything that's like is big and coming up this year, pop culture wise. I think for video games, it's looking to be a pretty banger year, honestly. Spider-Man 2. Hell yes. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I really hope, and I don't know, but if they're going to do it or not, but I really hope that you are able to play as Peter, Miles, and Venom, because I still think that Ultimate Spider-Man game is one of the best ones they've ever done. And I would love to see because they took what those old Spider-Man games did in just the first one and kind of perfected it to me in that first PS4 game, and then the Miles one brought in all of his unique powers, and I loved that too. But it would be so cool if they could also kind of have a modern translation for the Venom gameplay from that Ultimate Spider-Man game, and then kind of bring that to that formula as well. We'll see what happens, but Tony Todd as Venom though is got to be one of the coolest casting choices I've ever fucking heard. I cannot wait to hear more of his dialogue and stuff. Fucking love Tony Todd. That dude has got one of the most badass voices like ever. All right, I guess for this one, maybe I'll just stay back a little bit.
Yeah, step the fuck back. Maybe I'll try
Let you and Nefeli Luhu sort it out.
Nefeli Luhu.
I'm not going to call her anything else.
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit!
Orion Lightsorn again. I kind of want to stay out here. Is
Well,
this
it's
guy
coming
considered
after
a
us.
world boss? Yeah. Oh shit, that was ridiculously effective.
And I'm hitting it with my whips all at the same time, so that, yeah, that really kind of...
I
Wow.
wonder if that pushed the invader out. You would really hope, because it's pushing me out.
Right. I don't know, but I hope so. But yeah, I'm also Tim. You played both. You played both of the Spider-Man and then the Miles Morales kind of 1.5
I
sequel, right?
haven't played Miles Morales yet.
Now, did you? Oh, so then if you didn't play Miles Morales, I'm assuming you played like the initial PS4 version of Spider-Man.
Yes, back
I
in
will say,
2018.
yeah, yep, and that game was already great as it is, but the remaster that they released for the PS5 is like part of the Ultimate Edition. With the Miles Morales game is such a significant upgrade that it makes that first Spider-Man game look like a proper next-gen PS5 game too.
All right, last thing we're doing, Liurnia Highway North. And make sure it's night.
All right, where are you at here? There we go. All right, and then is the if you can you fast travel if there's an invader?
You cannot.
Okay, so then yeah, it's definitely gone. I figured it would be based on that, but
I'm just like we have had such good luck against invaders, and I can't tell if it's because of your low weapon level or if it's because we keep getting bad bad players.
I also just think us as a team and like the skills that we've kind of put
Your
together
blood
between
whip
both of
is
us. Yeah,
technically your weapon is a late game weapon. A whip with bleed isn't like available until like the
that's
mountaintop
probably
of giants.
doing. Yeah, that's. I think
But
that's making a really big difference.
but at the same time,
Let's
there
see.
are ashes of war that you can get to apply bleed to your weapon.
The Afternoon Tune asked the AI about Metal Gear to describe Metal Gear Solid.
Ooh,
Metal Gear Solid is a popular video game series that features a complex storyline with numerous political themes and undertones. Politics in Metal Gear Solid are quite intricate and multifaceted, but some of the most prominent themes include anti-war and anti-nuclear weapons. Metal Gear Solid often critiques the use of military force and the development of nuclear weapons, portraying them as dangerous and destructive forces can have catastrophic consequences. Globalization and neoliberalism. The games also explore the negative impacts of globalization and neoliberalism, particularly in terms of corporate greed and the exploitation of developing nations. Government surveillance and control. The series also examines issues related to government surveillance and control, touching on themes such as privacy, individual freedom, government accountability, genetic engineering, and bioethics. Metal Gear Solid also delves into issues relating to genetic engineering. That's a very good description. That's a very, very good description. That sums it up quite nicely. Although I will say it does not impose how weird Metal Gear Solid gets when you get down to like specific plot details. Because the bee commando made out of bees that shapeshifts into bees and then makes guns out of bees that shoot bees. It gets weird. Exploring questions about the ethics of manipulating human DNA and creating genetically enhanced soldiers, political conspiracy and corruption. Games often feature complex and elaborate political conspiracies, revealing corruption and backroom deals among government officials and powerful corporations. Well, that part's just reality. That's just true to the world.
Yeah, see these little runes down here? The
Yeah,
purified runes that for
yeah, no,
some
it's very
reason I
spot
never
on.
brought you to.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I would say that that is pretty succinct.
yeah, that's a very good and succinct description of what Metal Gear is. Absolutely, that's a great way to say it. Though again, the only thing it's missing is the fact that the series is incredibly strange at like on top of all that, very anime. Like I said, there's a bee commando who shapeshifts into bees and then makes a gun out of bees that shoots bees. That's just one character. That's just one boss in one game. That
Good
we
thing
don't
you
need
could
to.
point her.
I know. Point at everybody's face.
Would you donate any sugary grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light, and when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes. You're not
There
like
we
the
go.
others who give me grapes, are you? They whisper
You're not like the
gently
others who give me grapes.
howling
It's a weird
winds
sentence.
that gently stroke my eyes.
Yeah, she gets other
Their
people to feed her grapes too.
emaciated,
Oh, we got Attack on Titan
wasted,
is a popular manga and anime series that
and you,
somehow Ferber. We have firm grapes.
somehow,
See, that sounds like some innuendo. It's a popular manga and anime series that primarily focuses on the struggle of humanity against the Titans, gigantic humanoid creatures who have nearly wiped out the human race. So the series is primarily a work of fiction and focuses on the battle against the Titans. Political themes and elements throughout. One of the most prominent political themes is in Attack on Titan is the idea of
Oh
government
shit.
corruption. Oh God! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Damn it. I avenged
Well, you
you,
did. You got him back.
and I killed him quickly enough that we got credit for it.
At
So,
least there's that. Well, here I'll put my sign back down. Oh, wrong thing. Fast, get that back. And then we're gonna go kill one of these bird things. Yeah.
yeah, I think there might be a quicker one.
I mean, we can do the bird thing.
No, I mean like in terms of closer. I think we can do
Oh,
scenic
okay.
isle patches. You got all of our dialogue though, right? Talking about the
Yeah.
stupid grapes.
I mean, I didn't get to click a second time, so I'm not sure if she had more to say or not.
Oh,
It's government corruption, abuse of power, story of the ruling government, known as the military police, shown to be corrupt and more concerned with their own interest in the safety and well-being of the people they're supposed to protect. Seems particularly prominent in the later parts of the story as the true nature of the government is revealed. And the key political element is the theme of discrimination and inequality. Story set in a world where there are distinct classes of people based on their race. See, I was curious if it was going to give like spoilers for later parts of the story or not, because that is just the mentioning of aliens is something that comes up only in the later part. Um, Seen as being inferior and oppressed by the ruling class, the theme is explored in depth throughout the story. The main character is shown to be motivated in part by a desire to fight against this inequality. It also explores the theme of war and its impact on individuals and societies. The story depicts the horrors of war and the toll it takes on those who are forced to fight and endure it. Also shows how war can shape the course of history and how the actions of few individuals can have far-reaching consequences. That's a great summary. That's one thing I was curious about is would it give any sense of like spoilers or like say anything about like the story like in later parts, and it did give one. It's not a huge spoiler, just that name alone, but that is a little bit of a spoiler. So it's interesting, but then it doesn't mention most like anything else that you would consider like maybe a spoiler. So it's interesting how I wonder how it decides like what information to put into that. I mean, it's the algorithm that gets that information is probably way too complicated for me to even understand, but. That's interesting. That is a good summarization, though, for sure. Oh yeah, no, she's gone again. So
all right. And then up at the scenic isle site of grace next.
scenic isle,
How
and should it
much?
be nighttime?
Yeah. And how many runes do you have?
3,085, which is not
How
even close enough to get a
how
level
many
right
do
now.
you need to level up now?
I need 1,400, 535.
Damn, 14,000. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I wanted,
You
I
are a decent
could.
level. You're like 49.
Yeah, the camera's in the way, so I can't see, but something like that. Should I ask if the MCU movies are terrible for cinema? I mean, I think they actually are bad for cinema. Um, I think, I think it's both at the same time. I think they're both good and bad all at once because it does push. It has the superhero genre has pushed a lot of other kinds of filmmaking out into niche things that that studios don't want to take chances on anymore because they won't make money. But at the same time, especially after COVID, the movie industry does need something that's going to get people interested in seeing movies, and superhero movies are one of the only things that's going to do that. So I think it's a double-edged sword. I don't think it's a either or thing. I think there are extremely positive and extremely negative effects that it has had. But I think that's also true of every trend that's ever happened in art, you know? Oh, as the I thought you were just asking me, but this is the AI. This is the AI's answer. See, no, superhero movies are not inherently terrible for cinema. While some may argue that the proliferation of superhero movies has resulted in a lack of diversity in storytelling. Uh, it is important to recognize that superhero movies can be well crafted, thought provoking, and entertaining, like any other genre of film. Totally agree with that. Superhero movies have the potential to be either good or bad, depending on the quality of the storytelling, direction. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Acting and other factors. Also worth noting, superhero movies have been around for decades and have always been a popular and lucrative genre. More superhero movies have played an important role in the evolution of the film industry. Uh, Particularly in terms of special effects, absolutely visual storytelling. Many of the technological advancements that have been made in film over the past few decades can be attributed to the demands of creating believable and immersive superhero stories. In conclusion, superhero movies may not appeal to everyone. It is unfair to categorically dismiss them as terrible for cinema. Like any other form of entertainment, superhero movies can be enjoyable, thought-provoking, and culturally significant when done well. No, I 100% agree with that. I totally agree with that. But I also will give, I guess just from my own opinion, I will also give, I'll give a little, bone to the people that do say that that they're bad for cinema, just because I do think it is true that they corner so much of the market that there is less of an appetite for other kinds of things.
I would also say that it does, superhero movies in general have a wider influence than we give them credit for. Like, did you know that the writing style for the Western animes that came out in the 90s, Trigun, Outlaw Star, and Cowboy Bebop, all three have interviews stating Western superhero movies as an influence?
I did know that. I did know that, but that's awesome.
Specifically comics, but they say that like Western things, like Western comics, are like an influence not just on the manga, but on the visual, like the series representations or in the movies. And so it's kind of interesting to see just where that far-reaching implications of putting that out as cinema, because they do have a very broad audience,
Oh
especially
yeah.
the stories of like having to overcome some form of adversity, which is what superhero movies tend to be about, whether it's literal physical adversity, or whether it's like a fucking like physical adversity being like,
Oh god.
oh, Zod's here and he's a versing Spider-Man. Holy shit. Did he just destroy you in one
In one
grapple?
hit. Yeah, yeah, he did. Yes, yes, he did. All right, let's try that
Holy.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely. I mean, I for my entire life, I have. I mean, I remember when liking superheroes got you shoved in a locker. I'm old enough to remember that, and
Yeah.
I've been one of the people that, and at that point in time, it was my favorite thing. So I hate when there's like, like a big disrespect shown to the genre, and it's treated like it's this lesser thing.
Well, and
But
yeah, and like
I don't
it's
think. Well, I don't think it's totally wrong to like when some people are like, this is killing interest in anything else, and like other people can't get things made anymore because studios, and that's not the superhero movie's fault, it's the greedy executives' fault. So it's not the superhero movies themselves that are to blame, but there is a negative effect that it does have on the industry being as popular as it is now. So there is a point to be made, like all that stuff with Martin Scorsese. People were so mad at him for talking shit about Marvel, and I'm like, but he does, like, as much as I love superheroes, he has a point. He might not have articulated it the same way I would, but there is a point there.
all right. Deathbird versus Death Tim.
That's all. It's just
no,
that I do think that there is
I 100%
negativity to
concur
it.
that there are negative. Well, and even the negative thing about like what I was talking about in terms of like its far-reaching implications, it's that like think of what those things might have been independent of the effect of Western comics or Marvel movies. We won't know.
That's true.
And because it has such a wide-reaching implication, it's changed the landscape for better or worse. So if you didn't like those things before, you're kind of fucked. Because that's kind of they've impacted the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Though I will say, I think all good art is just based off of other art. Right, like
Oh, yeah.
nothing is a totally
Everything is
original.
derivative
So
of everything else. Homer is derivative of someone else. So
Fred
like,
Flintstone. No, I mean it really like that. That's Fred Flintstone and Mr. Jetson. That's Homer is derivative of those two characters.
oh no, I meant like Homer, as in like the Iliad.
Oh, okay. That is
yeah,
not
like-
derivative of the Flintstones.
I was legitimately curious to hear your
My argument for how that works. Yeah, no, okay, I misunderstood. I was like, yeah, The Simpsons is totally derivative of the Flintstones. You're right, Tim.
well, yeah, even The Simpsons, they are derivative. Everything
Yeah,
is derivative if you go back far enough.
absolutely.
Just like how the fucking Library of Alexandria, that was just a fucking kind of like that was just derivative of some dude's fanfic of what this battle with Napoleon was. And then there were fucking scholarly reports that was like, oh shit, yeah, Napoleon fucking sacked it. All right, we're going with this.
Well,
and
Napoleon also was not short either. That's another thing.
Yeah, Napoleon wasn't. It's fucking. How many subs for you to watch Velma?
So me, Michael, and Ulysses, right after one of our Dead Space streams a couple weeks ago, we watched the first episode just to see, just out of the morbid curiosity, and oh god, it would have to be.
Like, I thought
I would-
Mindy Kaling's representation of what she thought high school culture was like now was honestly offensive to the entirety of Gen Z. Like, that high schoolers now are just like, they're on drugs, and that a cool take on Shaggy is that he's not a stoner.
Yeah,
And it just seems very,
it's bad, man. It's bad. I mean, I can't think of the last thing I watched that I would say is worse than that Velma show. I mean, just basing off that one episode, it is one of the worst things I've seen in quite some time. I really do not want to watch more.
it
if I
comes
was-
off as something written by somebody who has a kid they don't understand. Like, that's as much. That's
Well,
as
it
far
also-
as I can think of it.
It also feels like it's not the first time this has happened, but it also feels like it's being made by somebody who has active contempt for the source material that they're basing this, reinterpretation off of. It feels like like a bunch of people who hate Scooby-Doo got together to make a Scooby-Doo thing. It's like
And
it
the
just
thing is, like, she
it
made
yeah.
Velma a self-insert. She made Velma Mindy Kaling. Like
Well, it also seems
that's
like there's a pattern of Mindy Kaling doing that with everything she makes, where
every
everything is
character
just
is the
her.
one character from The Office.
Right, and so that's my. I mean, like I shit. I can't claim to be, any good as a writer because I haven't put anything out like for people to actually consume, and so people haven't told me whether I am or not. So I can't come at it from that angle. But I will say that I do not self-insert myself into any characters that I write. I really dislike that actually, for the most part. Like there are some examples of it being handled well. But like Stephen King did it in the Dark Tower books, and it fucking ruined that series for me. Once you get to like book 4 or something like that, like he put himself in there, and I'm like, wow, okay, you just ruined your own story by doing this. And I really dislike the self-insert character thing. I mean, like you could use aspects of your personality, I suppose, but I try to create characters that have nothing in common with me because I'm already me. And I don't find watching myself or reading a character that is me interesting. I want to see as characters that think in completely different ways from myself. And so it does strike me. That's one of my least favorite things about the Velma show is it strikes me as lazy to just self-insert yourself as the character. I really do think that is lazy.
Yeah, I would
It's
say
yeah.
like I've seen a few different people talk about it. I've seen fragments of episodes. I did see the first episode, and then threw up with my eyes.
Well, dude, I mean,
Um,
they zoom in on 2 cockroaches fucking for like a solid 30 seconds in that first episode. It's just like, oh, let's just watch these cockroaches fuck. I'm like, guy,
and
like that
did
is
you
some
hear the fucking
Michael
open
Bay
contempt
shit.
they have for their audience? Like they go at they shit talk adults that watch cartoons. They shit talk stoners. They shit talk people that eat snack food. They
Yeah,
shit
that's like
talk just
everybody that would
basically
watch it.
everyone.
Those
Every
are, yeah.
adult that watch, yeah, they also shit talk specifically adults that watch cartoons, and it's a cartoon specifically aimed at adults.
Right. I mean,
It's
like,
like
there's a
Rick and
way to
Morty
be.
has contempt towards its audience, but in a way that's still entertaining to watch, and it's not directly aimed at people for watching a cartoon.
Well, I think you can even do that. I think you can even make the jokes targeted directly at the audience, but they have to also be genuinely clever for it to work. Like the joke has to actually be funny, and then if it's also got contempt for the audience, but it's funny, you can go, "Oh, that's a funny way. I don't agree, but that's a funny joke." Right?
Yeah, not
But
something
it's
where it's
not.
just like, do you want to watch a show? And it's like, ugh, I think cartoons are immature and stupid. And it's like, okay,
That's not a
Mindy,
joke.
I get it.
That's not a joke.
That's not a joke. That's you
That's
just
just her
stating
saying
your
something.
personal opinion on it as the
Yeah,
self-insert.
that's not a yeah, that's yeah. A lot of the things in the show aren't even jokes. It's just saying things. It's it's yeah. I don't know. Ashton and Shane, I how many episodes are there? I'll do one if you really want me to watch it, so I can come back and I can talk shit about it. One sub per episode. Every sub we get on the channel, I'll watch one episode based on that. I think that's my bargain is for every sub I'll watch an episode. They're 10,
I've
so
seen
I'd need
the
9 to watch the whole thing because I've already watched the first one, so I'm not going to count that one.
there you go. I've seen the best summation of it as Velma is the facetious hashtag girl boss fucking tag from 2016. So all the people that were on Twitter's just being facetiously like, this it was what it means to be a girl boss. I have never left my pantsuit before.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I
I
think their
exclusively
season is
drink
ending.
black coffee because I am my own boss.
I don't need emotions in my sex.
Yeah. Shit like that.
That's ridiculous. All right, and then we're going to end here, but I will also read the AI prompts that Afternoon Tune has here before we sign off here. So let's see. First we have separating art from the artist is a controversial and complex issue. On one hand, some people argue the personal beliefs and action of an artist should not affect how their work is perceived or valued. They suggest the art should be judged on its own merit, regardless of the artist's character, behavior, or beliefs. On the other hand, others argue that an artist's actions and belief cannot be separated from their work. They suggest that an artist's personal life and behavior are integral to their art, and that supporting an artist's work. Oh, sorry, I skipped to the end there. Are integral to their art, and that supporting an artist's work means also supporting their actions and belief. Ultimately, whether or not someone can separate art from the artist is a personal decision that depends on their own beliefs and values. Some people might be able to enjoy a work of art regardless of the artist's actions or beliefs, while others might find it difficult to do so. Yeah, that's a pretty good summation. I mean, like, I'd say I'd agree with that, and I think it's a case-by-case basis thing, too. Like, I don't feel anything weird about H.P. Lovecraft or reading any of that because he's been dead for however fucking long, and I feel like at a certain point it doesn't matter when someone's dead long enough. Whereas Roman Polanski, that does make me feel gross.
Like,
right?
if we found out something like Martin Scorsese was actually a serial killer that killed a bunch of kids, I feel like no one would want to watch his work again, or at least the vast majority of people would be like turned off. Especially the movies where somebody's getting like any of the movies with dead kids. Like, but that's
I don't know,
the thing.
maybe
Like, people are gonna be like, well, you have to separate the artist from what he did, and it's like, didn't he kill like 30 people? And it's like, yeah, but he was a terrific mind.
Well, here's the thing. I will say it does for the as a general public thing. It is sometimes going to depend on how good the art is. That is going to make a difference. If they're producing, if somebody does something terrible and then the thing that they make is okay, no one's going to care about writing them off. But the better the thing that they made is, the harder it's going to be for people to let it go, and that's just true.
I think that's definitely true. Like,
And again,
there are
I think it's a
still
case by
people.
case basis too.
Yeah, like I like there's people that still watch the Harvey Weinstein stuff that he was behind.
Well,
And people that still watch.
Tim, you'd have to stop watching any movie released in the last 30 years if you were going to do that. He was a
Exactly.
producer. His name's in the credits of The Lord of the Rings, on everything, Studio Ghibli
Exactly.
movies. He didn't actually
Those are
contribute to
some.
those things, though,
Well,
that's the
yeah,
other thing.
that is a huge part of it.
He
Yeah.
didn't, that's
I
not his
suppose
art. He didn't
I should
make anything.
rephrase it more. Kevin Spacey. People still watch him, even though he definitely fucked a lot of
A lot of kids.
14-year-olds.
Yeah.
He fucked a
Well,
lot
like
of
I
kids.
said, I could watch Seven, and I don't feel uncomfortable at all. Nine Lives, on the other hand, that wigs me out. That would wig me out really bad, actually. That I'd feel really gross watching that because it's also, especially because it's a film that's targeted towards kids. So, yeah, it. Like I said, case by case basis, it really does depend. Let's see. It's a difficult question to answer definitively, but many people believe that everything we create is, to some extent, a product of what came before it. It's often said that there's nothing new under the sun, and to some extent this is true. Almost all creative works, from art to music to literature, are built on the foundations of what came before. That being said, there is certainly room for originality and innovation within these established frameworks, even if we're working with established genres or forms. Still bring our own unique perspectives and ideas to bear, which could result in something that feels fresh and new. Furthermore, the act of combining different idea styles and techniques can also lead to something that feels original. By combining disparate elements in unexpected ways, we can create something that's greater than the sum of its parts and which feels new and exciting. So while it's true that almost everything we can create is in some way influenced by what came before, there's still plenty of room for originality and creativity within these. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. I will say that I don't think there's anything that's like completely original, but I also 100% believe that mixing things together is creating something new in its own way. So I'm a whole 100% behind that description. As far as the originality of art goes, absolutely. All right. Well, and then Afternoon Tune, unless you have any other questions, I think that is the end of the stream. Solid amount of progress I think we made today, and some very interesting conversations that we had as well. And quite an active chat too. Quite an active chat.
And quite an active chat bot too.
That's also true. But yeah, yeah, you as well, Afternoon Tune. Have a good night. Um, and let's see, let's just look for somebody to raid real quick. See who is
Probably not
on.
Calf because work.
Right. Let's see. So we got somebody playing God of War. Ooh, Sarah. I don't think I've ever actually gotten to raid Sarah before, and she has been. So, ooh. Julian is also streaming. I'm next time we'll do Julian, but I'm gonna do Sarah only because I've never actually raided Sarah before, and she actually is basically got us the helped us get the channel um, uh, to the point that we were what's the word, not monetized, but I'm
Partnered?
sure. Not no partners like the third more advanced stage, but it's like the second middle stage
Affiliate?
between the two. Affiliate, yes, affiliate. Yeah, she Sarah is actually during literally our Dark Souls 2, which is what she's playing, got us affiliated by like bringing people over and increasing our viewership count. So yeah, so we're gonna do that just because I don't think I've ever gotten to raid her. But yeah, have a good night, everybody, and yeah, totally check out Say Hello, Sarah. She's awesome, and she is playing Dark Souls, which is also awesome. And that'll just be a couple of second countdown there, and we will be on our way. All right, hell yeah.
Now, next stream, we're gonna have to talk about how space is actually it's filled with cosmic entities, but the galaxy is actually a vein